with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Show host yesterday afternoon.
I think I know who.
And was like, it's getting worse. Like, what do we do? And it's a weird spot. By the way, good morning, everybody. We're talking about our technical difficulties that have already sprung up Monday as the show started, and we've had these for a while. When we say technical difficulties, we mean like the board here cuts out and we can't hear each other. I can't plug into my thing, and anyways. And it's a rough spot because normally you'd be like, oh, well, whose department is this? What are you doing? Get it together. But like I've seen our engineer in the hallway and he looks like he's got hit with a baseball bat. Like I know they're trying. It's not on them. I mean, it is their problem to solve for sure. Right. That's their job. But I don't think they're sitting around a campfire toasting marshmallows. It's like they're on it. So what do? You just have to deal with it, unless it's something where the boss won't get off his wallet and it's a $10 screw or something. But I don't think that's the case, Jason. So
I don't either.
All right, well, bear with us if that pops up again today. And good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
I was actually really doing well. Like really doing well until about 5 minutes ago.
Was it something somebody said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I think I know what who the person was.
Yeah.
And I heard what they said.
Oh, did you hear that?
Well, it was passed on to me.
So was I wrong?
So I come in.
Oh, it was Chris?
Oh, yeah, it was Chris.
Oh, never mind.
Wait, what was
it? Just kidding.
That's absolutely pretty good.
That was good.
So I come in and I'm getting ready to walk in, Weirdly enough, I usually don't. This is true. I usually don't say good morning to Chris, vice versa. We usually don't talk until the show starts just because it's nothing. Whatever.
You're usually walking in as the entrance fee.
That's exactly right. So thanks for that. So this morning I kind of walked by, and this is why I don't. And he says, I'm going to edit this a little bit here.
It wasn't X-rated.
No, well, the way he asked,
I would say it's off color.
I'm going to put a little color into it now. I'm going to put it more on color. Is there an on color joke, by the way?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Anyways, he says, how's your 19-year-old girlfriend? On color joke? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was repeated to me. It was 17-year-old.
I was trying to avoid.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I put the
whole point of me saying 19 because it weirdly enough was kind of trying to stand in front of Chris a little bit.
How about 18? Let's split the difference.
It was Jason, Chris. It wasn't me. I even tried to stand in front of the guy. Okay, that's what he said.
Actually, no, never mind.
Now, first and foremost, I was like, I just paused in my tracks and was like, wait, that's not the question.
How did you know?
I wasn't expecting that question this morning, nor am I ever expecting that question. Not to mention, by the way, 17, that's how old my daughter is. Ooh. So he just right on the money there. And then I was like, but wait, what do you even mean? And he says, you're dressed like you have
a 19.
A 19. Now, first off, how does one dress? Well, I guess like me, if they have a 19-year-old girlfriend. Secondly, what's wrong with how I'm dressed?
You have 3 shirts on?
I do. Is that a thing if you wear 3 shirts?
Oh, yeah.
If you wear 3,
well,
you're wearing 2
button-up shirts.
Me?
Yes.
I'm wearing 1.
You're wearing a shirt and an overshirt.
I'm wearing a hoodie, and I'm wearing...
That's still shirtly. I'm just saying. You're wearing a shirt and a hoodie.
A t-shirt and a hoodie.
So I'm wearing a shirt and
a t-shirt, a button-up shirt, and a button-up shirt.
Okay, well, the reason I'm wearing I don't like wearing button-ups without t-shirts.
No, that part's fine.
It's weird to me.
It's 2 button-ups.
Yeah,
is
2
interesting.
button-ups.
Yeah. Well, the reason why is this is just like a plain white, right? And so I like having, so I have the sleeve coming out here and here, and then the undershirt's a little bit longer than, I don't know. They put these, she puts these outfits together and I wear them.
Who's they?
My sister.
Oh.
I yell at her. I don't.
Well, no one's yelling.
She puts them all together and is like, wear this with this, wear this with this, wear this with this. And
okay, because that feels too LA.
That's all I did. Sorry for dressing up like I don't even know, somebody who doesn't need to dress. I don't know. Now it's going to be on my shoulders. Now I told him, I said, that's just going to weigh on me.
I would say what you usually wear is actually very good. Today's outfit, I don't know what's going on.
Is it no, because we live, we learn, as Alanis Morissette said. Is it the multiple colored shirts?
Yes,
I think so.
Is it?
But it's we're getting used to it. See, I mean, well, it's a little cooler this morning.
What, the 2 colored shirts?
The weather.
Oh, I thought you meant like it looked cool.
That's yeah. So if you had just that, I don't know what color that is. Like what's the second or the first collared shirt? Like maroon? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's this. It's maroon. And then and that's
more like an overshirt, but it's.
And then I got
like the rest of the outfit.
The right.
Yeah, look at you.
What's going on? God, what do you guys Reddit? Jeez.
You know me, Reddit Ross.
That'd be awesome if you were just a troll on there. Which one's Jason?
No one would know.
We'll have time for that later.
I'm sorry about what I said.
You said the thing.
You went after me though.
Man, I went on Reddit over the weekend. It's a bad idea, or is it a good idea? I don't know. I spent a good amount of time on Reddit.
How do you get there?
Oh, you gotta go over the thing and under the.
There was like a locked door, and I was like, I don't think I should go in here.
You gotta solve the issue. You gotta save the princess.
I did not know the password.
Key, then put the key. You gotta turn 2 keys at one, and then one's at 1 o'clock, one's at 9 o'clock.
You were at levels I've never seen.
And then the door opens, and holy crap! Yeah, it's not an it's more like a holy crap. What is that? Oh my goodness!
Is it hot or cold in there?
Yes. Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes. Well, here we go, guys. You see what you started? Dave looks like someone from a Lonely Island song. Find the lie. Well, how about some good news?
Let's get some good news.
This is good news about, well, it's not about me, but it sort of is, but it's not.
I think I know this.
So
this is great news.
This is great news. All right, so it's before the show. There's no way they're listening. So here's the setup. All right, my daughter doesn't even know that. Okay, let me back up. We got our first big. She's gotten into some colleges. This was the first of the top 5 we've heard from.
Okay,
this is the first out of the top 5.
So this is a candidate.
This right now is the floor. This is.
Is the leader in the clubhouse?
It is 100% the leader in the clubhouse. Okay. If the season were to end today, this is where she's going.
Okay.
So the first of the top 5 are in.
Survey
says she is she's been accepted to Chapman University. Yes. Orange County, not that far from Disneyland, apparently. And the number 4 film school in the country, which really surprised me.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
I did not know that.
I had no idea.
I had a couple of high school people, because I grew up down there that went to Chapman. I had no idea that.
No clue.
Their status.
The latest list was in Variety magazine, big, whatever. And so number 1 is USC. I think.
Is that the goal, by the way?
Film school?
Yeah.
I mean,
a goal.
A goal. Yeah, part of the theater and all that crap.
Got it.
So, Number 1 is USC. Number 2 is AFI, American Film Institute. Number 3 is someplace.
Excuse me?
AFI.
That's a real place?
It's a real place. Yeah, also a band. American Film Institute. Number 3 is someplace in North Carolina. Again,
come on and raise up.
Number 4 is Chapman. I think number 5 is NYU. And then like number 10 was UCLA. Honest to God, surprised me.
I want to recount.
So here's the thing, though, and this is where it's really starting to set in, man. So the second piece of good news was, so Chapman's a private school. So just to give you an idea, in-state tuition free, this is not dorm, books, food. This is just tuition, is like $15,000 a year.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
But that comes with all the books. That comes with the dorm. That comes with
No, does not count dorm. Doesn't count
Oh.
dorm and food. That's tuition.
That's just for the honor of stepping on campus and going to a class.
That's correct.
I mean, she cannot eat for 4 years. Right?
I agree. And
Yeah.
her aunt Lindsay will be down there feeding her.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You can sleep. It's warm down there. You can sleep by the bushes. So Chapman, slightly higher. It's about 70 grand.
Wait, what was the first one?
It was like 13.
Oh,
what
man,
school?
I'm out of cash.
What school?
Chapman. No, Chapman's like 70 grand a year.
Wait, I'm confused.
Hmm.
What was 13,000?
UCLA.
Oh, you didn't say it. You said
Sorry.
Chapman.
I'm sorry. I did.
Yeah, that's why I said My
oh.
goodness, I thought it would be slightly more.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
my
said
bad.
Chapman twice.
I
Got it.
apologize. No, UCLA 13 to
Yeah.
15. Chapman's like
Yeah,
7.
that I believe. That makes sense.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, doesn't make sense, but yes.
So I think,
So when are you getting your third job?
dude, I'm telling you, like, I think, and look, unless you're like super rich,
That's a luxury car every year.
that's a whole job every
I think
year.
it's time to get her the car too.
And
Chris is right.
and it's not even like a whole job, because when you think about it with taxes and everything, like, don't think about it like, oh, that's a 70,000. No, that's like $120,000 a year job, because I'm after taxes, right? What you take home is what you're giving them. So I think every parent goes through this, I would imagine, where it's like, the last thing I want to do is tell my kid, you got into this college and you can't go. Like, I was looking up OnlyFans for Melissa. I'm trying to figure out how much a kidney is.
You're calling Chapman saying, hey, maybe you ought to rethink this.
That's right. Like, could you? So we're really pulling for UCLA for a number of reasons. Like, please, God.
I knew you were a Bruin fan.
Now, I am a huge Bruin fan right now. Now, the other piece of good news, I'm going to go a minute long here. The other piece of good news is she then got an email later in the day. I don't even know what this means, but it's great. She got a provost scholarship, which is for 4 years. It's a 4-year, 120,000. So it's 30 grand a year off. So that'll help. So that brings
To Chapman?
to Chapman.
Oh,
to
nice.
Chapman. So that brings it from 70 to 40. And
Much better.
we still should have more stuff coming in, whatever. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, imagine if she were to go to a slightly less expensive school, that might cover all of these.
No, but it's
just
connected
for
to
Chapman.
Chapman.
Oh,
It's yeah. Right. So anyways, I'll finish up this way. Here's how we found out. So my wife it's like 8 a.m. My wife comes to me and she's like, could you explain this to me? And so she hands me her phone and it's her email. And she has 2 emails from Chapman. And one says, student or parent initiation, whatever meeting is, blah, blah, blah. You can join by Zoom. And the other one is, here's some information for Chapman students on and off campus jobs. And she's like, why are we getting these emails from Chapman like she's been accepted? So then that turns us on to the whole thing. So we know, we can get into our daughter's email. So she gets into Avery's email and she hasn't checked her email in like a week. And there's a note in there that's like, they don't tell you in the subject line, but it's like, your decision is from Chapman University. Your decision has been updated. So we have to go through this whole thing where like we wake her up, because the whole thing is for these, we want to film. So we get my sister, who's been instrumental on this, on FaceTime. We run the video. Okay. And then we have to set all this up without letting Avery know that we already know she got in. So we have to wake her up. Hey, you got to check your email on this stuff. She's in a bad mood now because we just woke her up and it's like 9 a.m. and whatever. We set this whole thing up. And still right now, and everybody please keep it quiet. Okay. No, if don't tell her. and then we'll take a break. Here's how it goes.
Application.
Is that how they do it?
I don't know.
Lindsay, is that how they do it?
I think. What? Lindsay! I got into Chapman. I got into Chapman.
Are you serious?
I got into Chapman.
You got into Chapman! Yay!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What do you know? You got into Chapman.
My admitted major is a BA in Film and Media Studies.
Oh, that's so great. I don't even know what any of that means, but she got in. And
Maybe
so
you
awesome.
should go to Chapman to work on those acting skills.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We had to hey, you got into Chapman. And then I saw how much it cost.
Do you know how much it costs?
Ah.
Meanwhile, Mason's over there. I won't go to school if it helps.
Yeah, I'd be honest.
Well, I actually have 70,000 saved up here.
Do they take coupons? Gift
stay
cards?
at home, save the money, go to American River College if you have cheeseburgers. So, anyways, I did tell Mason when the Tuesday kid rankings come out, Deion Sanders style.
What's he got to do?
It's not looking good for him.
He's two for a long
not
time.
looking good.
He's
All right.
just going to put the bell on in front of you.
We'll take a break. When we come back, let's lead it off. Hey, Kings beat the Rockets on Friday, and I am here to get dragged for that. Thank God. What a game. Tons to talk about. It's unfortunately not all good news. I woke up this morning. I went to bed early last night and saw the news on Sabonis, but we'll talk about that. And weirdly enough, I have actually an optimistic, or not an optimistic, but a good news portion of the Domantas Sabonis bad news. It'll make sense when I tell you about it. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. All right, I know what you're thinking. Here we go again, another Drapes commercial for his guys and girls down there at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. But trust me, listen to this. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they'll take care of you. Trust me, they got certified pre-owned vehicles starting at 3.49 APR on select 2021, 22, and 23 models. And take it from me, when you go to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you leave out feeling like you're valued, like they trust you, like they care for you. Matter of fact, it's like they're your family. That's right. So for over 30 years, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has been there for the entire community. And get this, it's not that far away, guys. Just a short drive down I-5, or of course, online anytime at mbofstockton.com. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and tell them Drape sent you.
Let's do it. Leading off, the three top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number one.
Here come the Rockets with 1:30 to go. Lead pass broken up by Valanciunas and grabbed by Malik Monk. What an alert reach by Jonas Valanciunas as the Rockets were streaking to the rack. Speaking of streaking, here's Zach LaVine with a run to the rim and a double clutch throwdown. The two-hand flush. Oh, that could be a dagger. Still got 1:19 to go, but the lead's back to 12 at 113 to 101.
Hey, look, I was fear watching.
Yeah.
I was fear watching. I'll admit it. First off, on Friday when we talked, I thought they were going to get their asses kicked.
You did.
I did. Houston being the 5 seed, Houston getting a crack at the Kings now, also a crack at this new version of the Kings.
Yeah, and Houston was fully healthy.
And Houston was fully healthy, Van Vliet back, which actually might have been a good thing. And then getting a very angry Houston team ready to go just to embarrass these Kings on their home floor. In other words, the Kings weren't going to come in and sneak one on them. And then Domas goes down a minute into the game. And I'm like, well, that's a wrap. And I think the Kings were up.
He went down. It was 1-0.
Yeah. No, yeah.
19-3 or
yeah,
something.
I thought it was 20. Well, it's 20-something to. It was like, I thought it was like 20, not 21. Was it 21-3?
Let's see.
Because I remember thinking like, wow, are they going to do the same thing Boston did to Cleveland?
Right.
When they went up like 25-3 and then lost?
The peak I had was 19-3.
Okay, 19-3. Yeah. Okay. So they're up 16 right away.
Yeah.
And it's not looking fluky either. Like they're just dominating them. And and then Domas goes down, and I'm so afraid of the whole thing. And my buddy actually went online and looked up what the lines were in Houston at that time.
In progress.
The Kings had live bet. The Kings actually were 3.5-point favorites at that point, which you might think, well, they're up 16, but Vegas is allowing for the comeback, so he puts money on them right there. Didn't work out, and I kept waiting. At one point, Houston came back. Yeah. Houston took the lead, thinking, okay, well, that was fine. And then the Kings just resilient. And today, Jason, we're going to talk about what I've been asking, you've been asking all season long, and especially after that trade. How are they going to play defense? Mm-hmm. Who's going to step up and play defense? And if they are going to, it's going to be because Doug Christie knows team defense. That is the first time I've seen the most optimistic outlook for this team, which is, well, if they use their base athleticism, if they buy into what Doug's selling, they may not be the most gifted individual defenders. I'm not talking about Keon, of course. And Domantas Sabonis is in Boston, but that makes 2 Rockets games in my top 5 wins this year. Favorite wins.
Yeah.
The first home one when Dylan Brooks got all stupid, and then this one on the road when Dylan Brooks, got all stupid.
Yeah. All 3 have really been great.
You're right.
And you just go, I hope the Kings make it. If they make it, could that be a matchup they get? I mean, there's all sorts of combinations they could end up with here, but I agree with you in the sense of what this game probably meant to Houston. I'm sure Ime Udoka had them as fired up as possible based on the way the Kings had beaten them twice. And, last year when the Kings were the better team, here are the Rockets beating them 3 times. This year the Rockets have had the better record, and now the Kings return the favor and sweep them. It's crazy.
And by the way, I spent a lot of this right after I tried to find a scenario where the Kings play the Rockets in the playoffs, and it's not
pretty tough.
Not very likely.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not likely. But hey.
Round 2.
Western Conference Finals.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, pessimistic Jason.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
We are still trying to figure.
By the way, before I play this cut, I hear you in the YouTube chat. I don't know if there's a difference between the YouTube feed and the on-air feed that people are hearing in their radios or on the app. I'm assuming it's the same for everybody, but you may have heard an audio issue. They're all talking about the audio issue, and that's what we're talking about, guys. And we have no control over it. So apologies from us, and all we can do is just talk through it. So that's what we were referring to. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you for letting us know. But there's
about 40 seconds of cutout.
Yeah, and all you can do is just talk through
Yeah.
it. I mean, there's just nothing you can do. And I promise, as frustrating as it is for you, it's 10 times that for us. We're trying to bring you a product, you're the customer, and we're not delivering. And trying to stay calm. You know what? Optimistic, Dave.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to them fixing that.
Customer, they're paying now.
This is cut number 2. It's not all good news for the Sacramento Kings.
We are still trying to figure out exactly what happened for the early timeouts. Sabonis left the floor and went to the locker room. Doug Christie called the timeout. We saw Jay Crowder then head to the locker room. Sabonis looked like he might have been grasping at the back of his, like in the hamstring area, and left the floor and was hobbling.
I'm not gonna lie, and it's probably because I'm 7. When I first, because I was doing something, and then I looked up, and I saw Domas. It was from the back, and he was like kind of skipping towards, and he was holding. And honest to God, my very first thought was, did he poop his pants? That's really what I was hoping. Honest, and then it took me.
That's what you were hoping.
That would be. He wouldn't be out.
Gross.
He would be out 4 to 6 minutes. Little change of clothes, and he's back. I was hoping it was some sort of a bathroom error, and then quickly reality set in.
Yeah.
It was just probably my way of protecting my heart. Jason, this for the entire season, this was the doomsday scenario.
Yeah,
this was it, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time. when we're entering into the March Gauntlet, this was the doomsday scenario. The one guy this team cannot afford, even when Fox was here, the one guy they couldn't afford to lose was Domantas Sabonis. We'll get to Jonas Valanciunas and all that a little bit later, and how he is basically Thor and Hercules had a baby. But I will say this: it's a grade 1 hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
It says and every body is different. He'll be reevaluated in a week.
Yep.
Generally, in the past, if best case he's reevaluated in a week, and then there's a process. They clear him for contact. They clear him for practice. Generally, you add about a week to the week
Mm-hmm.
if we're going by the past. So let's just say, probably best case, we're looking at 2 weeks. That would bring him back somewhere around the home Cleveland game.
Mm-hmm.
And he would miss, I want to say 5 or 6 games over 2 weeks. But honestly, look, it's terrible news. And Jonas Valanciunas is going to have to do a lot, as will the rest of this team, to fill that void. I was worried it was going to be worse. Honest to God, I was worried. I'm not saying I'm glad he's out 2 weeks. I'm saying if that's what it ends up being, I'm glad he's only out 2 weeks, and they have Jonas Valanciunas, and thank God they made that move.
Yeah, and they were able to win that game. I know technically Sabonis played, but still able to win that game was huge. And they've got a little wiggle room from teams 11 and 12. Not that you want to flirt with that,
right? But
it would be nice if they could keep this thing going in the right direction while he's out, or at least a win enough where we go, man, that was a nice job of how many wins they got while he was out. But they are better set up, like you said, with Valanciunas. Trey Lyles will be asked to do a little bit more. They'll play some small ball. Yeah, they got some options, though, but they're certainly going to miss him.
Or, let's throw us out there. Has Domantas Sabonis been holding us back?
Pacers won the trade.
Honestly, there were a couple of those. It's always going to pop up. But
Yeah.
There were a couple of those like, is it possible Jonas Valanciunas is actually the better center? Look, I don't want to take anything away from Jonas Valanciunas. I love him. We loved him before he was here. He ain't Domantas Sabonis. But what a job.
Pretty good option.
What a job the other night. All right, number 3, please, very quickly. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
Sabonis, top of the foul circle. Monk at the right elbow. DeRozan above the three-point arc. The ball now handed to Trey Lyles. 9.8. Kings down 1. We're in overtime. The ball in the hands of Debo. Drives to the left. 2 defenders there. Up fake. Splits defenders. Step through. Scores the basket. Kings lead it. 129, 128. 1.5 seconds to go. Desperation attempt. There are whistles as the shot was launched by Dinwiddie at midcourt.
What a thrilling game.
Yes.
Another one tonight right here on Sackdown
Big
Sports.
game.
We'll get into that a lot more as well when we get back.
and they're waiting for Barry's response, and it's like 5 seconds and 10 seconds, and it's crickets, and I'm like, okay, cool. Really, really good to meet you, Barry.
And that's it.
And I shrunk back to the rest of the reporters.
Did you? Were you able to write about that interaction?
No, I never did. I've told the story a bunch of times, but I've never written about it.
I'm thinking, did you ever tell LeBron that story?
That's a great point.
No, that's a funny idea, Jason. Yeah, I like that. I've never told him that.
You should tell him that. LeBron knows who Barry is.
Barry's telling that Barry was so not impressed with you, LeBron, that like he didn't even want to talk.
Now Barry's doing a local barbecue commercials.
Oh, that's right. I have seen that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah. So, Sam, while we do have, and thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
today,
thanks, Sam.
We know this
appreciate
has
it.
kind of been
nice of you.
Story time.
Story time. Yeah. I do want to ask you about the in-season tournament. Dave and I have been talking about it, I'm a little bit more intrigued and potentially excited, but I don't know. What's your general feel that the league feels about the upcoming in-season tournament? The league around the league.
I don't have a great sense of it. We're not
on the move. Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Thousands of years ago, ancient civilizations used leather for water skins, armor, and sandals. Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Today, leather is one of nature's most luxurious products. The combination of leather with beautifully designed furniture creates an end product that adds luxury and sophistication to any room. During Naturewood Home Furnishings leather sale, you'll find their considerable selection of leather is flexible, breathable, natural, and maybe most important, comfortable. Whether you're a relaxed contemporary kind of person or you're more classic leather, Naturewood Home Furnishings has color choices and styles to fit your home. In fact, I doubt any store can beat Naturewood's selection. During Naturewood's leather sale, all leather furniture is on sale for a limited time. Sit, enjoy the comfort of leather at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Way to go. You've stuck to your resolution to become a fitter you, and now those exercises that pushed you to your limits the first time around are already feeling easier. So what's next? At InShape, taking your workout to the next level can be as easy as trying something new. Take our small group training classes like boxing, rowing, and more, or set new goals with an InShape personal trainer. Then recover with a massage or the sauna, also known as the best part of the workout. We are InShape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
One ticket, 2 huge shows. The Sacramento Boat Show plus the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. Plus ATVs too. 2 shows, 1 massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show, plus the Big RV Show. March 6th through 9th at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at 2hugeshows.com.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
still Kentucky markets that play over there, but now any team I go to, like for example Houston, I reportedly wanted to go to
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
I think we're back.
And we're back.
To the double collars.
First time you've ever done that.
Okay.
What's next?
I'd like to say that something was figured out and it got fixed and we're good. It just came back from what I understand. So I know our engineers
Be
are
patient with us.
working their fannies off.
They don't like those early morning calls, but it's there's a lot of stuff going on, so they're working on it.
Well, if you're still with us, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
And judging by the numbers, a lot of you are still with us, so thank you. That's awesome. Dwayne says, guys, we had to go to Dirt and Sprague and give them a listen, but they're back.
Thanks. Yeah, Dwayne knows good stuff.
He does. Thank you. Seriously, guys, we're
good knowledge too, by the way, Dwayne.
Yeah, very good knowledge. We're not gonna I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. We want to get the content in when we can. All right, just real quick though, on air, just so I know, Chris, we're back. It's 46. Am I operating like this is just this segment, or are we breaking differently, or just tell me what you want me to do?
We're regular on breaks.
Regular on breaks,
Yeah,
so
we're all caught up.
Nothing changed.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, very good. All right, we were going to play the Rockets audio. I feel like that's what
Kings won.
Kings won. It was awesome, except for the Domas thing.
Yes.
So this segment's the good news. The next segment's the not the best news.
Do you do that, by the way? I'm sorry. I have good news and bad news. What do you pick first?
I actually asked the person. Oh, you're saying if they ask me?
Yeah, I go, hey, Dave, I got good news
want
and
the bad news first.
Yeah, don't most
always.
You've done it the opposite.
Yeah, I want to know. I have. Oh, well, You know what? I could switch it.
No, that's
okay.
Right. That's the way we have it.
Well, here's the good news. The Kings just swept the Rockets.
Yes,
they went 3-0 against the 5 seed, one of the better teams in the NBA. And it wasn't a fluke. They didn't sneak up on them.
No.
You know, we talk about it. Look, styles make fights. And in this case, the Kings' style and the way they are just matches up really well with the Rockets. And I think a lot of people thought when it's 1-0, and I remember going to break and they come back and the score is 1-0. I'm like, I don't know how often I've ever seen that, like a timeout there. Then getting filled in on that with Sabonis, my heart dropped just because that's the guy you can't lose. And God bless Jonas Valanciunas, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, great. Here comes Alperen Sengun's going to have, a 40-point night. And by the way, he might have if he could make a free throw. Thank God.
Foul merchant.
Just a total foul merchant. So,
and in hindsight too, I that might have actually played into the King. Like, he was really good and he missed some free throws, but we got less Van Vliet, less Brooks, less Jalen Green, less Jabari. Like, it was a lot of it was going through Sengun, which I get it, but they didn't get the team performance that the Kings got.
No, not at all. It was very disjointed. It turns out that Fred VanVleet said after the game he actually hurt his ankle on the first play of the game, and he's day to day now. He had a horrific game, 3 points on 1 of 8 in 35 minutes. Look, Jalen Green had his 24, and Alperen Sengun had 30 and 10.
But wasn't Jalen Green really poor shooting?
9 of 20. So
he
was what 48% and then 4 of 10 from beyond the arc. So that's fine. 6 and 11 for Ahmed Thompson with 3 assists. Actually did worse than I thought he would. And Dylan Brooks was terrible again. 4 of 13. Thank God. This was look, the Kings outscored them in every quarter except for the second. It was 28-28. This was just every time the Rockets would, and I really, really loved the way Doug coached this game. He was calling timeouts, I thought, at all the right times. The moments, there was one point I want to say in the fourth quarter, the Rockets hit a 3 to cut it to, 10. And he calls a timeout right away. And at first I was like, well, and then I thought, oh, you know what? They're getting a little momentum here. Crowd's getting into it a little bit. Let's stifle that, go to commercial. So I thought that combined, Jason, with obviously really the story of the game outside of Sabonis and his injury was Jonas Valanciunas in 30 minutes. He had 15 points and 14 rebounds. He had 5 of the Kings' 13 offensive rebounds. He had 4 steals and 3 blocks, which is just bananas. When you add that to Keon Ellis, they had 13 stocks between the two of them, 13 steals plus blocks between the two of them. They had all Kings had 13 steals on the night. They were active. They were in the passing lanes. They were playing team defense. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. I thought it was fantastic.
It really was, and you could just see them building confidence and mixing in all the defense when they needed. This is what we've been talking about, too, when you've got Keon Ellis, and I think we've labeled it like the Keon Ellis problem, which, again, it's still a good problem, is Doug also, I thought, did a good job, Dave, of mixing and matching. It's like, let's get the defense here. Oh, wait, we need a couple more buckets or like the dagger hoops. Oh, let's go to DeMar or Zach LaVine.
That's right.
They're 2 best offensive players. And those guys came through. So it was like they got the mix and match. Keegan did enough. Like really everybody who played was important. LaRavia got good minutes and kind of did all his normal things. So obviously you want Sabonis. But I think you can now see this like, look, if you get Sabonis healthy, you rely on this bench and the depth and mix and matching offense, defense. I think that's the ideal of this roster. Again, we're not talking, championship tickets here, but why can't this be a top 10 team for sure? Why can't this be, can it get to a top 6? And right now they're right there.
You're talking about in the West.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, that gets us to the next bit of good news, Jason Ross, which is everything with the exception of one game pretty much went in favor of the Sacramento Kings. The Timberwolves ended up beating the Suns last night.
That's also not disaster, too. Just kind of bury Phoenix, right?
Nope. No, exactly. And so here we are sitting on March 3rd, and here's the deal. The Clippers, the Warriors, and the Timberwolves are all effectively tied for the 6th seed. The Kings and the Mavericks are a half game back. The Kings right now are 1.5 game behind the Clippers for the 6th seed. The Clippers have lost 2 in a row and 6 of 10. The Warriors lost their last game. The Mavericks lost their last game. The Kings are on a 3-game winning streak. It's right there. They've got Dallas tonight. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this out of the way real quickly. Not that it mattered on Saturday night, by the way, but Kings take on Dallas tonight in Dallas. A lot of people out for Dallas as well. Kings also, by the way, have signed Scala Bicier for a second run with the Kings. That's nice to see an old face here. Scala's always a fan favorite. Who is favored and by how much?
I'm going to say Dallas by 1.5.
Chris Erline?
Kings by 1.5.
We have a correct answer if I had asked you this question at approximately 4 a.m. when I looked at this. Jason, Dallas 1.5 is correct. I have not looked at it until just now. Same page, same betting line. Your answer is now incorrect. The line has flipped from Dallas 1.5 to Sacramento by 2.5 in the space of just under 4 hours.
Wow.
Just under 3 hours, excuse me. Mrs. Price. That's why I was actually going to this, because I was honestly a little surprised that the Kings would be dogs in this, especially since they beat them last time. And on top of that, the amount of injuries, no Luke, obviously, no Anthony Davis. There's a lot of other guys out. This is more like where, now who cares? The Kings were also underdogs against Houston. Yeah. So we just go by this.
And Sabonis is out.
And Sabonis is out. Kings are still 2.5 point favorites. Now, guess what? We've been here before. You got to do the job.
Exactly.
You got to do the job. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, all right, the bad news, and it's not all doom and gloom in this case, but we'll talk about Sabonis, what the deal is there, and how honestly it's not as bad news as we could have thought. We'll get to all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
T-Mobile Home Internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
I'm rehearsing. There are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile Home Internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on there.
Get T-Mobile Home Internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Additional terms apply. For JD Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
With so many newsletters, blogs, podcasts, and such about the game of golf, I appreciate the listen here at Golf to Go. But here's one I look forward to in my inbox. It's called Power Fades and written by a fellow New Englander named Jim McCabe. He covered the game for the Boston Globe for 23 years, going on to cover the PGA Tour for Golf Week magazine, followed by a position with the PGA Tour as Senior Manager of Communications. Since 2021, he has self-published his digital golf newsletter called Power Fades. McCabe says he has a passion for playing golf that is surpassed only by his passion for writing about people who have a passion for playing golf. I open his newsletter with a smile on my face, knowing I'll encounter another's highs and sometimes lows as McCabe writes with great sentiment about regular people's regular lives and their place in the game. And his front 9 musings add humorous reflections to this tidy package. Visit powerfades.com now and thank me later. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the Lakers. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
All right. Hey, I see that.
Oh, yeah, they're still there. They were there on the Saturday.
Were they?
Yeah.
Donuts from
Friday.
Wow, there's still 3.
Oh, wow.
What is the? I found out yesterday that I must use some walnuts in a dish that had expired in May.
Uh-huh.
It was like a little bag of walnuts.
Okay.
Nuts can go bad?
Yeah, apparently there's like fatty oils in there that can go rancid, and it said, yeah, don't eat nuts after they expire. Because some things it's like Best Buy.
Yeah, that's a suggestion.
And other things are like expired.
Right. Expired.
So I don't know what the deal is with donuts. Apparently, pacing the afternoons. Remember the beef sandwiches that came in on Friday as well? He ate, one was left out till like 2 p.m. and he scarfed it. So they were, I don't know.
He's okay.
Apparently so far.
Apparently.
Welcome in. Good morning. And hello. Hour number 2 here. Before we get to it's a good news, bad news day, obviously, with Domas. I just wanted to point something out that I thought was it's not strange, but also strange. You look up, and by percentage points, the number 2 seed in the West is the Los Angeles Lakers. They are 10.5 games behind the Thunder. I expect they will not catch them. But then I started looking at, how have they done since acquiring Luka Doncic? Because, gee golly. And rather than looking at that, Jason, I looked at Sunday, January 19th. They lost a home-and-home, if you will, to the LA Clippers, 116-102. They were 22-18 on January 19th. They are currently 38-21, which simple math will tell you, let's see if I get it right here, they are on a 16-3 run. Okay. Jason, there are 3 losses.
I know 2 of them.
At Philly.
Oh, that's the one I didn't know.
And then an at Utah, home Charlotte back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird. And when I say back-to-back, I mean it was before the All-Star break and after the
All-Star
All-Star
break.
break.
Makeup game, yeah.
They've beaten the Clippers twice since then, Minnesota, Denver, Indiana, Golden State. The Clippers actually 3 times on this streak they've beaten them. Boston, New York. They've got some phenomenal wins in there. They're 16-3. I just thought it was really weird that their 3 losses were to 3 of literally the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, last night when they had won their game, it was actually a few minutes before the result of the Phoenix-Minnesota game. So the standings were updated, and I went, Lakers are 2. The Kings are in the 7-8. If the Kings somehow got through, and they were the 7 seed, I wasn't even thinking about the Lakers.
Wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah.
And, of course, Luka Doncic led them with 29 points and 9 assists last night, following up his 31-5, leading them in the win before. LeBron James had 17, so that tells me I think he needed 15. He now becomes the first player in league history to score 50,000 points.
I think he's one short.
Is he one short? I thought he needed
18.
Oh, did he need 18?
Yeah.
I thought he needed 15. Okay. Well, then he will become the first to score 50,000 in all.
And that's regular season and playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Still pretty good. And, I expect to hear from MC about that in a second on the chat. I would love, on one hand, to face the Lakers. On the other hand, there's going to be a part of me. I don't want to face Luka. Right. Come on. But I just want to take a quick moment and say the Lakers were fumbling, bumbling, stumbling in the middle of the road, and the league went, hey, you already have arguably, I don't believe it, but arguably the greatest player of all time. Here's a top 5 player in the NBA. Here you go. And we'll take the hurt guy and some others. We'll take the guy who's hurt all the time and some other stuff. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't mind it in a sense where if that happened to the Kings, I wouldn't apologize. I'd say, thank you very much. What are they going to do? Say no? But here's what will not happen with Laker fan is I would actually respect them if they were like, yeah, good for us. What a gift. We'll take it. And that's why we're winning.
Right.
But it's going to be, they really gelled. And I mean, the coaching job by JJ Redick and LeBron James did it. No, you got Luka Doncic for like almost free. Give us Luka Doncic for, I won't mention a player, but almost free.
Yeah.
I'll bet you we do better too. It's just sickening, man. It just really pisses me off. Anyways, Sabonis is out with a grade 1 hamstring strain. If you Google NBA hamstring strains and or use your AI, it says that generally it's a 2 to 3 week miss. The Kings say he will be reevaluated in 1 week. Right. As we said earlier, you can generally tack about a week on to the reevaluation because they have to go through a process of clearing you for contact drills and practice and all that fun stuff. If, in fact, that's the case, in case you're wondering, let's say he does miss 2 weeks, which I think I would take that right now.
Yeah.
If you told me, because it certainly could be longer, and by the way, it might be a couple of days shorter, but if you told me right now that Domantas Sabonis was just simply going to miss 2 weeks and that's it, that means he would be eligible to return on the 17th of March, and that game is against Memphis at home, followed by Cleveland at home. They're on that home stand where they go Memphis, Cleveland, Chicago, Milwaukee, Boston, OKC, Portland. That's a stretch.
Yeah, in this entire month, they basically play every day, every other day. There's 2 stretches where they don't play for 2 days, and that's next week, the 11th and the 12th, so that'd be a little bit earlier than we expect. And then the following weekend, the 15th and 16th, they don't play. So that lines up with your 17th kind of as a...
That's where it would be.
Who knows?
But that's if he's out 2 weeks.
Who knows? He's the important thing is he's reevaluated in a week. So I think at the minimum you take him through this week, which is tonight.
Yeah.
Denver, De'Aaron's return on Friday, and then the Clippers on Sunday.
Wouldn't it be interesting if both De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis did not play in that game? All right. So, yeah, he won't. That's right. I hadn't thought about that. He'll miss the home game against San Antonio, and he'll likely miss at Clippers home Knicks. But, again, we'll see. And, by the way, if he was reevaluated, we know he'll be out at least a week, which that means if they reevaluate, I think the earliest he could possibly be back would be really early would be home Knicks, which is on the 10th.
But then there's 2 more days off.
They're just at Golden State. So I think on the early side, we're looking at Golden State. On the probable side, we're looking at Memphis and Cleveland. I think that's the favorite in the clubhouse right now. And then obviously, of course, he could be out longer.
Yeah.
But let's not contemplate that until that actually happens. The Kings have re-signed, as we mentioned earlier, Skal Labissiere, former Kings draft pick who has been working his butt off. I love stories like this. Skal was once upon a time the number. We all know the story. If you were around back then, he was the number 2. Some say number 1 recruit out of high school, going to Kentucky. Then I remember when we drafted him, there were those that said that John Calipari kind of misplayed him at Kentucky. He left. He came out. He was one of the picks we had when we had it was Malachi Richardson, Skal Labissiere.
Traded for Bogey.
Traded for Bogdan Bogdanovic. That would have been the Marquise Chris draft, I think. And did we have one more? No, I don't think we did.
I
don't know. Anyways, obviously, he was here. He had that game winner, I want to say, what was it, against the Knicks at home, the 3. But he's been working his tail off, and
he's kind of emergency, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I would also say this, look, back to the Sabonis thing. I said, look, there's a little bit of good news on that side. It's one of those good news, bad news things. Obviously, it's bad news he's out. Two things of good news. Number one, when he's just running down the floor or jogging down the floor and that happens, you're instantly like, oh my God, he tore his hamstring. It's a strain, which I understand is a type of tear, but whatever. The fact that they're saying they'll reevaluate him in a week. Now, look, let's be really clear here. On the pessimistic side, they're saying they're going to reevaluate him in a week. That doesn't mean he's going to get reevaluated and cleared, by the way. But it's also a grade 1, not 2 or 3 hamstring. Correct. So that one they're not going to stretch. You just
don't mess around with this.
Don't mess around. It comes at a really bad time. But also credit the front office. We were all screaming for Jonas Valanciunas, and you could get him for a couple of second-round picks, blah, blah, blah. I tend to include Jonas. I know this is cheating a little bit, but I do include him in the De'Aaron Fox trade, even though it's not a direct thing, but I do include him in that. Them making the Fox trade made it possible because they did not have the picks to grab Jonas Valanciunas, and he has just come in and done, I think, everything we hoped he would do. By the way, he almost ripped Alperen Şengün's face off when they got tied up. Yeah. He adds muscle and beef. Not that Domas is, a twig, but I think it's safe to say Jonas,
he's a mountain.
He is an absolute mountain, and he's, I think, a little more aggressive minded than Sabonis.
Yeah, and the amount of times he gets his body in the way where he blasts people, but he doesn't move his arms. Yeah. And so he doesn't get called for fouls. They're like, man, there's so much contact there, but he's just standing there. He's massive.
I would never he's that guy, like, if you ever, like, were walking in a store and you went around the corner and he was coming around the corner and you bumped into him, like, you'd probably land on your butt.
Yeah, and, like, the next thing you're like, why do I – that's right. I ran into that mountain.
And that's at walking.
Right.
That's not like I did – talk about, like, maybe him and Steven Adams are probably the worst guys in the league to not see a screen.
Right.
Coming from them, and it would be like you're sitting there, next thing you know, you're sitting there wondering why, like, little birds are circling your head. he was sublime in that game.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, and I know I've been fighting with people over the weekend about being negative. All I'm saying is, let's please not put the pedestal for Jonas Valanciunas too high. What I don't want to see, no. What I don't want to see is it being unfair to him that we expect that performance out of him in every single game. Because if he could do that in every single game, I don't think, I mean, I wouldn't say it's borderline all-star numbers, but my God, that's like top 10 center in the league type numbers. What I don't want to see is have him go out against Dallas tonight and be like, I don't know, 12-8 with a block, and people be like, oh, come on, we need you. No, like, don't elevate him too high to where it's his fault if he doesn't, because that was a phenomenal game. I just don't want people thinking if that's him every game or better, awesome. Like, here we go. But I don't, sometimes when we get our hopes too high, the fall is what kills you. Let's go out. I'd be happy with a double-double or near double-double every night and just some big, beefy thighs in the key. So here's to that. Fingers crossed. Quick 30-second break. Jason's going to talk to you about overhead when we come back. 3 for Madness. We'll pick tonight's game. What was your favorite thing you saw on Saturday? And we'll get back to Sabonis next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Well, that's right. Let me tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. We are proud customers, and I am suggesting that you should too if you aren't already, because commercial, residential, whatever the case may be, the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento is here to help you, and we are now over a week in with our brand new garage doors. Single car garage door. We got 2 doors, 1 on each side. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. For us, it's made our home pop even more. I love that there's a keypad outside too. If we don't have the app or the remote, but we've got all the different ways to open up our new rolling garage doors. They just look great. We've got windows at the top. You can look through, you can look inside, you can look out from if you're on the inside. It's just amazing. It's just improved the overall value of our home. And right now, take advantage of their special, $150 off a garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. They are professionals. They did an amazing job with install, and everything we've been through with them has just been top notch. They are at the top of the game, and I think you should enjoy them as well. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
By the way, we got a Kings Rewind at 8.
Yes.
And Frankie
Franklin
at 9.
We bring the boom. That's what we do.
In the meantime, we have 3 for Madness right now. Question 1.
What was your favorite thing other than the win about the Rockets game?
The defense, the active defense, because that's the thing that's the thing that everything comes back to. I could spend 20 minutes, the next 20 minutes off the top of my head, giving you a rosy picture of the Sacramento Kings future this season. But the thing that always would stop me from going all in is I don't believe this team can play defense. It's a long road. That is their weakness. They have Keon. They have obviously Keegan. And Sabonis, I still think is a plus. He's not, them, but he's a plus defender. He's not below average. Other than that, it's Turnstile City. That was my issue. And we've talked about this for weeks now. Doug was on a team in 2002 that led the league in field goal percentage from the opposition, and he was not surrounded with great defenders by any stretch. If anyone, and there's going to be a theme today, if anyone can teach this team to execute team defense, it's going to be him. And I saw some things on Saturday that I had not seen before, and we'll get into that a little bit with Frankie. And I had a chance, and I spoke to some people with the squad as well, just to make sure that I was seeing the right things. And they're right there. This was, I'm not going to say this was as perfect a game as they could have played, but I think considering the circumstances, not just the numbers they missed with Sabonis, but also the mental aspect of it too. You just lost your guy.
Yeah.
And for them to go into a hungry Houston Rockets team and arena and really just have control of this game for 90% of it, heart, passion, hustle, that's the best of the best with this Kings team.
Yeah, I have 2 things that I like from this game. One being kind of what you were hitting on there. We were talking about the defense. Look, we weren't really giving them enough credit maybe for the Charlotte defense and the Utah defense. Okay, these aren't great teams. Well, they backed it up a third game here with good defense there. But the 2 that I have would be to get off to the start they did, to lose Sabonis, to lose the lead. That's the kind of game you're like, yeah, well, they blew a 16-point lead because, look at all the things that happened. One of their most important players was out, and they just got off to a hot start. Well, they held on, and then they bounced back and then kind of put the game away. That I loved. And the other part, Houston's chippy. Kings are never the first team to start it, but they didn't back down. Like DeMar got in the face of Brooks. I like that. Malik got it was edgy. It was chippy, and the Kings were like, fine. We're not starting it, but we're not backing down either. And I like that. I like that about them.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Hey, Dave, give us your optimistic take on Sabonis being out.
Optimism. Hey, you said the right word. I think, look, it sucks. He's out. Let's just talk about some good things that could happen. Number 1, it gives when you take Domas off the board, you take a lot off the board with this team. So now you're going to have other guys that are going to be looked to more. They're going to have to step up more, especially when it comes to distributing and in the middle. And I think the offense, that's the least thing I'm worried about getting replaced with Domantas Sabonis. I think they have enough scoring to spread that around just between guys like Malik, Zach, and DeMar. I know, by the way, Keegan as well, who's playing much better offensively. I think it gives us a little bit of a different look defensively. Now, don't get it twisted. Maybe it's changed. Maybe this is a new thing. Maybe it's bad systems. I'm hearing a lot about the defensive aspect from Jonas Valanciunas and what he brings that Domantas Sabonis doesn't. Every metric says that Domantas Sabonis is a better defender than Jonas Valanciunas. Every single metric I've seen, talking in the paint, outside the paint, opposition field goal, whatever you want to look at, defensive win shares, defensive box plus minus. Now, obviously, some of these can get skewed. But what I saw from Jonas Valanciunas was he made, let's roll with that. Let's say he's not the defender Domantas Sabonis is. He can still, weirdly enough, be a better team defender for this team than Sabonis because of what he does and doesn't bring. In other words, he's just that big tree trunk that's going to stay in the middle. He's a lot more nimble than people give him credit for and quick than people give him credit for. And I think maybe if he just clears out that key, like he's a bomb going off and he allows the other guys to scurry around and do their thing, they're going to have to play team defense. And I saw that Saturday. And I think in the end, if they can make their way through this stretch without Sabonis and win a few more like they did Saturday, we might be looking back going into the playoffs saying that gave them a chance to do this. Then you add in Sabonis while they're already running full speed and they're off to the races. That would be the bright side for me.
Yeah, I wonder if some of those defensive metrics are those just this year? Because, I mean, Valanciunas was on Washington. They were dead last defense.
Both this year and career, but definitely over the last, I would say, 4 years. But to your point, it's like when you look at like when Denver won the championship and you look at Jokic's defensive numbers. Mm-hmm. That's when Nick Callis and I got in the huge fight between him and Tatum because he had better defensive metrics in a lot of cases than Tatum. He also had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and he also had Bruce Brown, and he also had Aaron Gordon. He had, you can be brought up by your surround, but you can also be brought down.
True.
I don't think Valanciunas is as bad a defender as the metrics say he is by any stretch. But I also, I think, be very careful with the narrative that he's a better defender than Sabonis.
Here's the other one that could be a byproduct of this, not in a, I mean, you just kind of utilize the situation you're in. Let's say tonight, Dallas normally is a very big team, but they've got injuries in the front court. So the closing lineup, we brought this up many times, the Keon problem. How do you get Keon in there without taking out one of your good offensive players? Well, a night like tonight, they could finish with a lineup that's Monk, Keon, DeMar, Levine, and Keegan. I mean, it's really small.
That's true.
But Dallas isn't very big. So, we'd always said, well, you're not taking Sabonis out of those games. Well, he's now out. So, I mean, obviously, they're still going to look at Lyles. You're going to look at Valanciunas. But they can tinker with some things. And I think this is the, opportunity to try it. You don't want this opportunity, but it's the position you're in with the injury. So, we'll see what they do.
A couple of days ago, they lost at home to the Bucks 132-117. They went with a starting lineup there of P.J. Washington, Moses Brown, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Max Christie. I'll say this. I like Max Christie. He's a good young player. Anytime a team has Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson, it's so hard to predict those games. It really is, because if they're not on, you can blow this team out. But if Klay and Kyrie get hot,
good luck.
They can beat anybody in the NBA on any given night. If they get, and they're both capable of going on absolute scorchers.
Yep.
So that's really, how do you analyze that? Well, if they come out of the box hot tonight, we're screwed. If we're looking at, 8 of 20 from Klay and 12 of 26 from Kyrie or worse, we're going to win the ball game almost certainly. So
let's go.
Let's go. Number 3.
Question 3.
Kings versus Dallas tonight. Who you got?
I'm stuck. What I want to say is that this was one on the thing where I said I thought they'd go 5-12 over the next 17.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have them winning the Rockets game. And I took this game, and I forget which one, but it's like this game and 2 others that were kind of like up, and I was like, okay, they're getting a win no matter what. This was one of those where I can absolutely see it going the other way. What I want to say is their performance on Saturday makes me feel a lot better about tonight. And if they can go in and they can beat Houston, they sure as hell can go in and beat Dallas. I want to pick the Kings over Dallas tonight. Guys, here's the problem. I picked the Kings to get absolutely shellacked against the Rockets on Saturday. Do I really want to screw with that karma right now? I'm asking. I'm trying to take one for the team here. Do I really want to screw with that karma?
Everything every fan does.
Everything every fan does. So that being said, I'm taking Dallas. But I'm taking Dallas for a very specific reason here. But my fingers are crossed.
It's the jinx reason.
You want? I can't say that.
I can.
If
say
I
it.
acknowledge
I'm
that,
saying
if I acknowledge, like, if I were to, for example, say I'm trying to reverse jinx,
yeah,
that cancels out the reverse jinx.
Got it.
So I can't.
So you're just picking Dallas.
I'm just picking Dallas for no reason.
Locked in.
I think Dallas is going to win. That's what I think. Yes.
Well, I will take the Kings.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. I really do like the way they played. They have been playing better. It's weird that I feel like when the Kings have lost lately, they've just been bad. And if you go again, I said this last week, there's almost like 3 different seasons here for the Kings. The Mike Brown, up to Mike Brown's firing, the replacing of Doug Christie, then the Doug Christie with the new roster. Look, this team, if they win tonight, they'll be a season high, 4 games above 500. They were 6 below at one point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've been
that's a 10-game turnaround, Jason.
They've been a lot better.
They have.
So I'm going to ride that.
My dad just texted me. Have you mentioned what exactly is wrong with Sabonis? Did I miss it? Actually, we hadn't mentioned it yet, Dad. Thank you for the reminder. We should give that out. Yeah. Grade 1 hamstring strain, Dad. He will be reevaluated in a week.
Oh.
Yeah, breaking.
Oh, then he's out tonight?
He's out tonight. He's definitely out for the next week. And grade 1, we won't call this breaking news. We'll call it straining news. And he will be
I'll still pick the Kings.
You still going to pick the Kings now that you know?
I didn't have that info.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Dad. Thank you for reminding us. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, a little bit of football. There was a big move. Football, not the English stuff, the NFL stuff. Big move over the weekend for your San Francisco 49ers. Hey, that and a little bit more, and then right back into the Kings, and then Kings Rewind, and then Frankie, and everything else next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
1 ticket, 2 huge shows.
The Sacramento Boat Show plus the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. Plus ATVs too.
2 shows.
1 massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show plus the Big RV Show.
March 6th through 9th at Sacramento's Cal Expo.
Find discounts at
2hugeshows.com.
Spring is in the air, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings. Or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned, and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google, and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584. The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Jason.
I got to tell you, I'm pretty excited for Rewind today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no idea what Chris is going to do. I'm just excited for it.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, hell of a game.
We've had some gremlins today, so he's feverishly still working. Yeah, so it's tenuous, but
also here's a little bit of breaking for our audience. Coming this summer, the Best of Kings Rewind, where we will be releasing a 2 CD, 3 cassette, 4 8-track version of all the Kings Rewinds with such hits as Kings over Dallas, The Spark.
Is there a laser disc?
There's a no, Jason. That's
Did you ever have that? Is that the big one?
Okay, that is the huge, it's like a CD on steroids.
It's like a record.
Yes,
yeah. That looks cool.
No, I had friends. There's friends down the street had a laser disc player, and it's the only time I ever was around one.
I don't think I've ever been around one.
No, they had one laser disc. I remember, and it was the original Star Wars with the original poster on it and all that on the cover. And I don't know if it looked better. I just convinced myself it was better. Yeah. I do it I remember the first guy. This is old talk. The first time I remember, I'll never forget. We were on a boys basketball tournament in Weed, California. I swear to God, home of the College of the Siskiyous, with Joe Belcastro and his son Brian was in my class. We're all up there at a basketball tournament for the weekend, and we stayed in groups of 4 at different players' houses that had school around there. So we were staying at, I don't even know who the hell's house it was, but his parents had just gotten a CD player. I'd never seen a CD player. This was a thing, dude. And I will never forget. His dad had White Snake.
Yes.
And the first song I ever heard on a CD was Here I Go Again.
On my own.
Kid blasted it because the parents weren't home. And I'm like, this
is the height of luxury.
It's the height of luxury. You can fast forward from song to song instantly. And I'm sitting right next. He's like, check this out. You know, when you'd hit play on a tape, you'd hear a,
yeah,
right. He's like, dude, put your ear right next to the speaker. You can't hear any of it. Now watch. And then he hits play. And he's like, bonk, just right in my ear. And then my best friend, Justin Moore at the time, he got one for Christmas the following year. Yeah, rich bastard.
You're jealous.
And he had AC/DC, Back in Black, and Pink Floyd. Oh, it was their live album. It was a double live album, and they had Christmas lights on this dude. I forget, but it had the Dogs of War and On the Turning Away, and oh my God. And just sitting in there and listening to his CD player was great. It was fantastic.
That's living.
Also, the Oscars were last night. I don't know. Everybody says they don't watch them, but
they don't.
Yeah, it's still
I watch.
I think there's 4 things every year that are non-football that make the top 100 most watched shows, and the Oscars are regularly top 10.
Yeah, this one I'm glad we did it the way we did. It was because it started at 4.
Yes,
I think we started watching at 7, so it was just it watched it a lot quicker than whatever it was for. It was way too long.
It was really long.
That one movie cleaned up.
Nora.
So
once again, by the way, that movie, not that this means it's a good or bad movie. I've heard nothing but great things, but 15.7 million grossed total as of yesterday. That's going to go up.
Yeah.
Now, gross doesn't mean, look, you can make no money and be an amazing band or movie, whatever, or band. Yeah. But here's my thing. They got to figure something out, dude. Either they need to market the good movies better, or they need to be in tune with the public and why we're going. Because how many years have I mean, I'm just asking everybody. Now I know that Chris, shut up, because this doesn't. I can already see him getting ready. You're the anomaly, okay? Because I imagine Chris. I would guarantee Chris has seen over the last 10 years far more Best Picture nominees than me or you.
Oh, you're way wrong.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? How many?
Well, this year we did it the other day. He was at 3. You were at 1, and I was at 1, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What's up? Good point, Jason. Back at you, Chris. Owned. Noob. Yeah.
No, we had the same.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you and I
the
did.
most, I thought.
No,
I
you
saw
have 3?
no, because I'd only seen
Oh, you only saw Dune.
Dune. I hadn't seen Wicked, because I remember I was like, oh, it's in the theater. Does that count? The theater show. You've probably seen a lot more A24 movies than I have. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I usually stick with the A24 horror movies.
They need to do a better job at. I'm tired of watching the Oscars, and I don't know. And by the way, I understand I'm not the barometer.
Actually, you kind of are.
Okay, maybe
white guy.
Maybe I am the barometer. Thank you. But I'm so tired of like going through these, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know Demi Moore was in. Ooh,
yeah,
ew. Which, by the way,
we literally just talked about it.
We did.
Yes.
Friday.
What did we talk about? That was
the movie that she was being nominated
we
for.
Did?
Yes.
Yeah, I was listening. I wanted her to win that so bad. You know what it is?
How about the Open?
The Open. I don't think I saw the Open.
Oh
no, I did see the Open. Where
Lyman out of her.
oh my goodness gracious! And then he did. Then Conan did a song.
He did.
He did.
He won't waste our time.
I just want what was the one a couple years ago where like it was the Korean movie called like Disease?
Parasite.
Disease.
I just don't.
Maybe do yourself a favor and see Parasite.
And I want to see Anora too, but it's like I don't feel well. We have this conversation every year around my house. Like we actually kind of want to do a thing where we go and just make ourselves watch the nominees. Like we'll watch 10 movies every year around Oscar time. We'll watch the 10 nominees. So we got to watch the Conclave. That one actually looked pretty interesting.
Conclave.
Already seen Dune 2.
That worm thing got a lot of love.
Well, got a lot of love.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of watching the Best Picture nominees, and odds are at least 6 of the 10 every year on average. It's the first time I'm hearing about them.
Yeah. I don't know. Ever a comedy?
Ever?
Can we have
ever a horror movie?
Fine, great,
right. They could still be great movies.
I think like The Shining was like the last one that was nominated.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Hold on, no, wasn't Get Out?
I don't know if that's really a horror movie.
No,
it's more of a thriller.
Scared me.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
Okay. Oh no, what am I talking about? The Substance. That's a horror movie.
Hold on, isn't Parasite a horror movie or no?
No.
Okay. But can we get like what about like
what about Bob?
What about Bob?
That's a good movie.
Why is it?
How about just watch what you like, and that's okay.
No, I'm saying that, but like I feel like the Oscars, they got to get their noses out of their buttholes. Like, can we do that? Can we?
So for the first time in almost 100 years, they should start doing that.
Well, what about? That's what I'm saying. What about this? Correct me if I'm wrong. How about there's 10 nominees? Okay, 8 of those 10 nominees are locked as the biggest domestic box office.
No,
movies, and then you get 2 wild cards for your art
fan
movies. Right? What's wrong with that?
Injury replacement.
That's what I'm
do you
saying.
Want me to list off the top 10 and then we'll figure out?
Let you list off the top 10 for this year. Let's see how many we've heard of or we've watched. And I haven't seen a lot of movies this year. Could you do it for 2023, please? Because I haven't. Let's do
for this year.
Okay, fine. I'm just saying, give me some time here. I've watched a lot of movies this year.
Okay, so Inside Out should be up for.
It already, and it was
Deadpool and Wolverine.
100%.
Moana 2.
Yes.
Despicable Me 4.
Yes.
I've seen the
Wicked.
first 4. Well, okay. 4.5.
Dune Part 2.
5.
Mufasa the Lion King.
Haven't seen it.
Godzilla versus Kong, the New Empire.
Can I just say?
Kong,
can I just say how cool it would be to be like and
Best Picture
nominee Godzilla versus Kong and the Thing with Empire. Like, that
but let's just go to the next 2.
Okay.
Kung Fu Panda 4, Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Okay, and that gets you to what, 10?
Now that I'm looking at this,
hold on. How many is that after you mentioned Kung Fu Panda? Is that 10?
Sonic the Hedgehog was 10.
Okay, so check it out though. In my proposal, you knock off Kung Fu Panda and Sonic the Hedgehog. You take the top 8, and now you can put your Nora and Sonora.
You know what's very depressing reading these?
What?
They're all either sequels, sort of rebootish, or like taking a theater play and turning it into a movie. There's nothing like
America loves
original.
It.
Like I'm trying to look for the most original. Then you got Venom, Gladiator 2, Beetlejuice, Pegasus 2. What's yellow?
I didn't know there was a Pegasus 1.
I didn't either.
But I feel like that's
Bad Boys Ride or Die.
That kind of supports our point. Like maybe the Oscars should reflect just a little bit more of what the public likes. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying. And by the way, you and I
the
both.
Public are idiots.
I mean, that's
how you get 2.5 Men as the best comedy year after year after year.
Look, I'm not saying that majority should always has the best thing, and the public. I do kind of hear you on that, but also like, come on, guys. Maybe part of the reason why they're talking about like, oh, go to theaters more. Well, then quit trying to shove a Nora up my butt, or shove it and let me know about it before I get to Oscars night. And find out that, what it is. Like,
yeah, but if Anora's, well, it was an option, but if it's like being promoted and it's out there, it's like, yeah, am I going to see that?
I don't think I would, but what if Anora got the same ad campaign that
the movie really isn't made to be, I haven't seen it yet, but just knowing what it's about, it's not really made for a huge audience.
Well, best picture of the year, dude. Best picture of the year.
See, this is a problem when you start giving accolades for art.
Yeah, then go to a museum. I don't want art. I want movies.
Put a banana on a wall.
Debo Samuel.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Movies are art.
You say tomato. Niners traded Debo Samuel for a 5th round pick to the Washington Commanders. And that will save them quite a bit of cash. They will absorb a $31.5 million dead money hit on this year's cap. $17.5 million goes to Washington's cap, but overall opens up a little bit. And by the way, you hear rumors that like people are inquiring about Brandon Ayuk as well. Ooh, that'll be interesting. All right, well, we'll take a break when we come back. So the bottom line is we all agree more popular movies at the Oscars.
Correct.
Okay. When we come back, the Kings beat the Rockets. They complete the season sweep. We'll get some highlights in there as well as the Jiffy Lube drive of the game next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with turbo power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, $149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. What? They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, because this deal's for a limited time. $149.
For tax prep that's $149 or less, hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, a reminder coming up at 9 o'clock. Frankie Cardicelli, our Sacktown Sports insider, will join us. Also, we're only about 13 minutes away from the latest edition of Kings Rewind. I think this would be a good one.
Everybody's talking about it in the halls.
Good.
They are all talking about it in the halls.
And they'll be talking about it for decades.
You think so?
Decades? Yeah, decades.
So is this a very
it's a very special one.
Is this
well, I think it depends on what Chris did. I have no idea what he's going to do.
Could this be like a an Oscars version?
Ooh, I don't know. It might be more of the popular movies, or is it going to be artsy? I'm not sure. We'll have to see.
What would an artsy version of King's Rewind sound like?
We'll find out.
That would be, nobody would understand it. Nobody would have heard any of the clips or references at all. They'd make you think. All right, well, let's start out with our Domantas Sabonis highlight, I guess, technically. Domas?
Sabonis.
It's playing.
It goes on.
And okay, we'll back up here, and here we go.
Second one is rattled down. Good. So we have the first point scored of the night. It goes on the Sacramento side of the scoreboard.
And that was your Domantas Sabonis highlight of the game. 1-800-920-1140. By the way, if you've got your Jiffy Lube drive,
That was not it.
That was not the drive of the game. We will not include the drive of the game in the highlights, but if you want yourself a $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube, now's the time to call 1-800-920-1140.
How about that? They've won 3 in a row, and all 3, Sabonis did not get a double-double.
Interesting. Are his double-doubles holding the team back? Has he been the issue? Is he washed? More on that with Alan Stiles. Zach LaVine did some things as a Sacramento. Well, let's go back to Keegan Murray, by the way.
Keegan
Murray, as the Kings, despite losing Sabonis, decided to run, not walk.
Monk, the initiator, screen set by Valanciunas. Rolls to his right, launches the three off the bounce, no good. Stick back, Keegan Murray. Oh, was that terrific. Beautifully timed against Şengün. And Keegan Murray with a second chance hoop, and the Kings lead 17-3.
Woo. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was a really nice follow jam.
He got up for that one.
He did.
Did you see? Well, no, you were watching. I don't know if you caught it. It's super random, but there was, I don't remember the quarter. I don't remember when it was. I want to say it was second half, but the camera, I got to talk to Birdie and his crew because this angle was amazing. So the camera was zoomed in on Keegan Murray at the top of the key, getting in a defensive stance with the guy having the ball in front of him. I think it was Van Vliet. I don't know who it was, but it was zoomed in on Keegan's face. And like the look in his eyes when he's D'd up on somebody, I don't want to say it's like evil, but like it's a different look. Like he was locked in on defense. I wouldn't want to try to score on the dude. Meanwhile, Kings are finding all kinds of gold in the couch cushions. How about former number 1 pick Markelle Fultz with some defense?
Pass goes to Adams. Adams at the free throw line gives it off to Thompson. Ball knocked out of his hands, and Markelle runs to the rim and scores. Got a whistle, and he was fouled, apparently. Markelle Fultz had just checked into the game. He stripped the ball away from Thompson, and it resulted in a run out. And so a three-point opportunity for Markelle Fultz.
Well, just as we were playing that, somebody on the chat line, I think, was thinking it at least. They said, can we get all the Markelle Fultz highlights? Well, you ask, you receive. Here's a jumper from Markelle.
Short rebound in traffic. Malik Monk races up the right sideline, crosses toward the middle of the floor, gets in the paint, sets up the pass for Fultz, tight ropes the end line, dumps it out to LaRavia in three-point range, and now to Levine. Still plenty of time in this possession for Sacramento. Levine starts to move from the right wing to two-point range, picks up the dribble, feeds the bounce pass to Fultz. 5 on the clock, 2 on the way. Good from the free throw line. Markelle Fultz. Boy, Doug McDermott, Jay Crowder, Jonas Valanciunas all jumping up from the Kings bench to applaud the effort. 5 quick points from Fultz since he checked in moments ago, and the lead is back to double digits. The Kings now go up by 10. It's 34-24.
Okay, so one thing that's kind of cool about this team now is I don't know that this would be a good lineup. It probably wouldn't be, but imagine Doug could throw out a lineup with Fultz, Ellis, Keegan, either LaRavia, Lyles, or even a Jay Crowder and Jonas Valanciunas. And it gives you a completely different defensive look.
Absolutely.
A completely different look.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see that like tonight. Fultz, would you say Fultz, Keon?
Fultz, Murray, either at the 3 or 4, and then
probably LaRavia and Valanciunas. That group will play.
I completely agree with you. I think it would be LaRavia 1,
Lyles.
Or it would be Lyles 2, and then Jay Crowder 3. But like, you're talking about a lineup now all of a sudden that every single guy in that lineup serves some sort of defensive purpose. Even Jonas Valanciunas, a huge body, guy who can block and steal and all that. You got guys that are super on-ball defenders, and you also have like no one's trying to fight that team. No, like the Kings have the ability, if they want, to send out the bully squad.
Right.
And, we've had the goon squad, we've had the bench mob and all. They could literally send out the bully squad, and they have 5 that can do. They actually have 6 if you count Crowder that will go out there, and nobody's messing with them.
You have the bully squad, then you bring in DeRozan and Levine for the bull squad.
That's right. Speaking of, that's well done. Here is a little bit later in the game. How about DeMar DeRozan, former Bull, current in our hearts?
All inbounded from the far side to Valanciunas. Dribble handoff comes to DeRozan. Changes directions from left to right. At the right elbow. Off the bounce. Pull up bank shot for 2 is good. He wanted a foul call on that one. Didn't get it, but he got the bucket. That puts him in double figures. He has 10 points. Kings lead by 6 at 70-64.
Okay. Trey Lyles got some minutes in there as well. Jake LaRavia had a fantastic all-around game with a little bit of minutes.
Here's another steal by Keon Ellis. His 4th of the ball game. 2nd consecutive. 25 seconds to go. Difference between the clocks is now 4 and a fraction seconds. DeRozan has it, working against Aaron Holiday near midcourt. Holiday pressuring him. Debo looking over his shoulder. Now makes the pivot, double team blitz, gives it up to Lyles, feeds inside. LaRavia frees up and gets the easy one. What a nice find from Trey Lyles for the assist, and the Kings have a 7-point lead.
I just felt like Laravia deserved a highlight.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Sure.
you look at the box score, 5 points, 4 boards, and an assist in 16 minutes. It doesn't jump off the page, but man, he had a much bigger effect.
As he says, winning plays.
I know that this was a little bit jaded or artificially inflated because Valanciunas played 30 minutes, but he and Ellis combined for 57 minutes. Lyles and Laravia had 17 and 16, and we told you what Fultz did with his 4 minutes. Jason, that is 33 points off the bench for the Sacramento Kings. Malik Monk, in the end, just so clutch with his little floater from 4 feet.
Turkish control, but there's a steal off the pass by Keon Ellis. I don't know if that'll be considered a full-blown steal or not.
I think it was. You got the credit for that. And then finally, as we go to break, we always got to hear the G-Man dagger. Here's the dagger. Zach Levine.
Here come the Rockets with 1:30 to go. Lead pass broken up by Valanciunas and grabbed by Malik Monk. What an alert reach by Jonas Valanciunas as the Rockets were streaking to the rack. Speaking of streaking, here's Zach Levine with a run to the rim and a double clutch throwdown. The 2-hand flush. Oh, that could be a dagger. Still got 1:19 to go, but the lead's back to 12 at 113 to 101.
Could be a dagger.
Was the dagger.
It was the dagger. We'll take a break when we come back. All right, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Kings Rewind. You asked for it, you get it. Oscars edition coming up next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf with 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour. Tonight, doubleheader, the Bay versus LA at 3 p.m. Eastern. New York versus Boston at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then Tuesday, it's Jupiter versus Atlanta at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tune in to TGL matches only on ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN+. Keep up. It's golf.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Your one-stop Honda shop.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. even though regular you burns easily. In fact, vacation you burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist because vacation you doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Hour 2 in the books. Second half of the program. MC's going in on Pollock Pines. What's wrong with Pollock Pines, MC? He says it's the butt crack between Camino and Sly Park. It is Sly Park. I take the Sly Park exit when I go up there. What's wrong with Pollock Pines? Jenkinson Lake, or Sly Park Lake, as it's known. The Safeway, the Subway, the pizza place. Shout out.
The pizza place.
I don't know the name of it, but it's the pizza place.
It's not a chain. It's
just a nice homegrown pizza
Paul's
place.
Pizza.
Yeah,
Theodore's Pizza.
Yeah, it's like that. I mean, they need more stuff up there, but it's a nice Safeway. They got a bank, Eldorado something. Bank. It's nice.
Okay. It's got all the things you need.
You know, just taking unnecessary shots at the good people of Pollock Pines.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
Shout out Pollock Pines and shout out Kings Rewind. Good win on Saturday. Great time to recap it. Here's Chris and Jason. They beat the Rockets without Domantas Sabonis. Yay.
All right, the calendar turned another page to the third month of the year, and the madness in front of the Kings is better known as the March Gauntlet.
Wait, is that the gauntlet sound? Okay, all right, okay.
It began Saturday night in Houston as the Kings were attempting to go for a season sweep of the fifth-seeded Houston Rockets. Could the Kings do it, though? Well, not many believed, including a local media personality from a top-rated morning show in Sacramento.
I will have a moral victory Monday.
Okay.
If they lose, I'll put out the parameters.
I think we know what a good game.
You'll know.
You can still lose by 12, but you go, you know what? That was a pretty good game.
I think the Kings are going to get absolutely molly-raced, boat flapped, the whole noogie.
Taken out to the woodshed.
The shed, the old Yellard. I think the Rockets are going to just be like, "Rrr." You know what? AI is a crazy thing.
It is a crazy thing.
I said, I stick to it. And for all those Redditors and everybody else who are like, he actually likes it when they lose because he's right. There's nothing I would love more. Well, the only thing I would love more than being wrong when they win would be being right when they win. I guess, technically. Yeah. To predict the win and get the win, that's number one. But number two, win and wrong. Number 134 is right about losing. Yeah. And they won. I'm happy. Drag me from here. Drag me like the tin cans, aluminum cans behind a just got married truck.
Oh,
car.
Okay then.
Okay. Anyway.
Well, I mean, this local personality really did not believe. What if it's a win?
If it's a win, I will come in and I will wear a pair of pants on my head. Oh, I'm sorry. I would have. Okay. Can one of you guys remind me? I'll wear a pair of pants on my head tomorrow.
We're not done.
Oh, okay. All right, sorry.
I mean, there is no way he could possibly go any further with this, right?
Hey, I know. Hey, if they win, I will. I've been thinking about this. As long as it's available, I will DoorDash us breakfast.
Well,
I forgot about that too.
What do you want to eat, Chris?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 steaks, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
All right.
Okay.
I'm on Uber Eats right now.
Oh, it's on. Okay, back to the game. Just over a minute into the game, the Kings would watch in horror as Domantas Sabonis grabbed his hamstring and left the floor and would not return.
Have we displeased you, almighty God in heaven? Do our lives mean nothing to you?
Well, that's the bad news. The good news, the Kings now have an incredible fill-in.
Jonas Vasu Inuwansas.
The Kings also got off to an incredible beginning of the game, jumping on the Rockets to the tune of a 19-3 start. Well, by the end of the first quarter, though, the Rockets reeled the Kings back in as Sacramento's lead was just 4 points.
Okay.
If you play the Rockets, you got to be ready to keep your cool. Well, Malik Monk lost it for a moment in the second quarter and picked up a technical foul.
Keep it together. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
By halftime, the Kings kept the same distance and still owned a 4-point lead while putting up 63 points against the top 5 defense in the league.
That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. It's not just keep our composure.
In the third quarter, more yapping as DeMar DeRozan and Dylan Brooks went face-to-face and each earned double technicals.
You want some? Come get some.
And for all you lip readers out there, you really enjoyed that one.
Oh, my freaking ears!
By the end of the third quarter, the Kings were up 7, and Jonas Valanciunas already secured his first Kings double-double.
We have the meat.
In the fourth quarter, the Rockets' intensity was still very high, and it was now Rockets head coach Ime Udoka's turn as he picked up a tee.
I'm going to lose my freaking mind.
The Kings mixed and matched offensive players and defensive players, and Keon Ellis was all over the place in securing a career-high 5 steals and the defensive player of the game.
Give me that.
The Kings notched the 10-point win in Houston, 113-103.
Oh, yes, we won. We won. We won.
Unfortunately, since I bet on the other team, we won't be going for pizza.
Well, they complete the season sweep of the Rockets.
Never lost.
They are now a season high, tying 3 games above 500.
We're not that bad.
And they keep slowly moving up the Western Conference standings.
Chicka, 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 chicka.
Next up, a huge matchup tonight against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Howdy, partners. Let's raise and rub Broncos.
So as we put a wrap to today's Rewind, Dave, here's your first set of pants to wear on your head. Enjoy.
You stupid.
I'm going to give you some light blues.
Oh, you brought some in.
Oh, I've got one per segment the rest of the show.
Oh, so we're doing different ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those go on your head.
Yeah. Also, this is kind of funny because it's just going to destroy any hair situation. Okay, like, is that?
However you want to do it.
Well, you guys are all over my outfit. So
and the breakfast is still a thing.
Yeah, well, so I'm already.
Hey, the Star Wars cosplay is doing great.
I'm already. Well, I thought I could do like I could do a scarfy thing. By the way, this is funny because I went right on to Uber Eats, and it was weird because everything was Jinnah Restaurant and Takeaway, Senbon Sakura Cafe, Rosa's Thai, like Thai, right? I'm like, I've never heard of any of these places, and why is it all Indian food? And then I realized it's on Leeds, England.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's not going to work. So gentlemen, I guess we could do this off the air, but why not? We've got a limited selection. We've got Mickey D's, Jack in the Box. Looks like Beto's Taqueria is available. I don't know if you want like a breakfast burrito or something. Taco Bell, Noah's Bagels, and Jamba Juice is what's coming up.
That's it.
Well, I don't know that a lot of them are open at 8 a.m.
Breakfast places?
No, I'm saying these are the ones that are coming up. Chris, do you want to handle it? If you know how to do this? I don't ever use this. So if you want to find places, I'm down to get whatever you guys want. It's got to be here in a couple. It's hard to look. It's got to be here in a couple hours, obviously. But no, I pay my bets usually.
Yeah, you said it.
I did.
All right, here we've got Cornerstone Cafe and Bar.
Is that a breakfast place?
Beto's Taqueria.
Yeah,
that's what you said. Yeah.
Alberto's Mexican food.
No, thank you. That's the only one I don't want. Okay. Well, we can figure that out. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We got a minute.
You went in. You went all in.
You know what?
Pants on the head and paying for breakfast, door dashing breakfast.
I'm willing to say top 3 all-time favorite breakfasts I've had to buy. Number 1, best time I've ever worn pants on my head. Right now.
History in the making.
I would do, I don't know how many.
We have different pair of pants for every segment the rest of the way.
I honestly would do this every morning if it meant we won. Yeah. Happily. Also, there's another thing for the Reddit people that think I'd rather us lose. Yeah. I'm wearing pants on my head.
You are.
Wearing pants on my head. And there's a strange bouquet to them, Jason. are these new?
They haven't been washed.
They haven't been washed?
They're not new.
We'll take them. Yeah. No, they're not. At least like earlier this morning. when we come back.
Very strange bouquet.
Kings will play without Domantas Sabonis. He's out at least a week. Let's take a look at that stretch coming up right after this.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand clutch. Makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
For 70 years, we've been known as the Humane Society of the United States. But as the challenges animals face have grown, so have we. We are now called Humane World for Animals. And with you on our side, we are going to end animal cruelty around the globe. Humane World for Animals, the end of animal cruelty.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, are you ready for pants number 2?
Yeah, if you missed Friday's show, I'm still having a mind block with the game. Remember when I was having a problem thinking the game was tonight on Friday? I'm still thinking it was Friday. Like when I go back and look at the box score, I've had to click it 3 times and look through Friday's scores before realizing it's Saturday. And I'm still having this issue. Okay, so if you missed Friday's show, I said I would buy everybody breakfast. And I would also wear pants on my head.
Yeah.
And Jason, thank God for you. You've brought in. I forgot I said
I didn't want to do it the entire show. I thought I'd wait for a rewind. So you only have half the show to do it. But I thought I'd change the pants every segment.
That's fine. It's fair. As I said during the break, this is a true story. I wish you guys would help me out here because I think sometimes people don't realize just how psychotic I am. Because remember we were talking about, you said something because you're a nice guy. You're like, it's just part of the bit. Do what you want with it. And I'm like, no.
Got to pay it off.
Same thing with this. Like, you have to pay it off.
And you quickly said, got to pay it off or they'll lose.
Oh, got to pay it off or they'll lose.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
Yes.
Okay, so we're paying off the pants part.
Yes.
So my wife's contributing. Give me some leopard pants. Yes. Yes, you are going to be wearing my wife's pants on your head. It's a family affair. Jackson's involved in here too.
I love it. You know what?
I don't even know where
I don't
begins.
Either. How does this even?
At least they're smaller.
At work. Here we go. Is that it? Oh, this is okay. Hold on.
You can wear this like a headband.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, hey now.
I love you. All right.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you look like what's the singer for Stevie Ray Vaughan or
Little Stevie
or Little Stevie?
Little Stevie. Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird in the recap when I say Dave got into Jason's wife's pants.
Wait a minute. Can I say what this looks like, or is it problematic?
Well, if you're
Do you want to make that decision?
Yeah, it's problematic probably if you're thinking it.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to say it because I'm an idiot and like the least problematic. I'm just going to say what I think it looks like in the most innocent way possible. Doesn't this look like what somebody would wear like in the desert where they have the big white flaps that come down and the big, like, I don't think that's problematic, right? I'm just saying it's like a style. That's what this
kind of goes with your outfit.
All right. This might.
Hey, only 6 more to go after this.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? This honestly,
this might be a keeper.
I might. Yeah, because I could actually. This might be. I don't know how you're going to top these pants.
Yeah, I should have left those for the closer.
The funny thing is during the next break when I go downstairs to say hi to everybody, I'm not taking it off.
Because the Kings might lose.
Got to pay off the bet.
I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't look.
It actually looks pretty good. What are people saying?
Let's see. I'm not reading a lot of these. Lawrence of Bay Area. Sorry if you're not watching. If you're not watching, I'm wearing leopard pleated or I'm wearing pants on I'm wearing. If you just tuned in, I'm wearing Jason Ross's wife's pants on my head.
Yeah, he said it.
To pay off a bet we had. Dave looking like Thelma from Thelma. Yeah. And by the way, for all of you, look, I don't have a problem if you guys are Adalberto's fans. I see Adalberto's Nation is getting on me.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. It doesn't mean
You've had that a lot before.
I have, because it used to be when I'd get done at Palm Street Pub and Grill in the middle of the night, back in the day, everybody, we'd roll through Adalberto's. And you know what I used to always get? The chips and salsa. Because I wasn't a burrito. I just, that's not my thing. I've not had, I don't want to, look, Adalberto's is a fine institution. Are they local?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, like, are they owned locally? I mean, I don't. You know what? I don't want to get. I love Adalberto's.
They probably go to it in the movie Sacramento.
Actually, what am I talking about? Yeah, that's true. If I say I don't like Adalberto's, probably more people will go to Adalberto's the way things are going. So I'm on the fence. Let's put it that way. Did we decide on food?
I think we're working on it.
Okay, so just text me your orders because we had a time constraint here. I got to buy us.
You want me to just order it and then you could just Venmo me?
Yeah, do that and just tell me what. Just tell me what the amount is. I'll Venmo you. Thank you.
This is not true.
I just want no. Let me. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna be. Well, is Jason? Does he know what he wants?
No,
you're looking right now.
I was digging through some pants.
Yeah, I'm saying I if I get out of this thing for under $60 to $70, I think I'm ahead.
Oh, I'm taking food home.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
ordering a couple of meals.
I just want the whatever that is. There's just a straight biscuits and gravy, right? Please, I want extra gravy because I'm fat. Thank you. Got to have extra gravy. Coming up in a few minutes, an American Energy spot. I want you to make sure to stick around for that. Also, the Kings are playing without Domantas Sabonis. He is out for at least 1 week. That's going to be Dallas tonight, obviously. Denver Wednesday. Yeah. San Antonio on Friday.
He's dodging De'Aaron.
He is. He's ducking him.
See, he stopped following him on Instagram, and now we got a thing.
I was thinking about this over the weekend. If the Spurs come in and they win next week, is that the new Willoty? We've had some horrible ones, by the way, like Detroit. But in retrospect, Detroit's not that bad.
Yeah,
but we've had some really bad losses.
Yeah.
But is that one? Does that become the new
it just
Willoty?
feels like context, right? How does it look? I mean, like
De'Aaron Fox hits the go-ahead shot.
Game winner.
Yeah.
Oof.
I hope we beat him by 80. Clippers. Here, honestly, this is exactly what I hope. I hope that when De'Aaron Fox's name is announced, he gets a standing O. I hope that when they play the video for him, he gets a standing O. And then I hope every time he touches the ball, he gets booed off the floor and we win by 80. That's how I feel like it should go. Like, show the respect for what the good he's done, and then, like, you're not on the team anymore, boo.
What would be the worst scenario Friday?
Like for the Kings as far as winning or losing?
No, just the worst scenario you could paint that night. Or not trying to get people hurt, like just
no. Would be I mean, if you're counting, are we counting like the intros and stuff as part of this? What you're asking?
Just maybe a game result.
Just game result. The worst scenario would be just about the worst would be Spurs win 113, 111. De'Aaron goes for 50, including a game-winning three-pointer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's a game-winning three-pointer when they were down
a
point, and then he
wins by 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you accept that if that was in play, but they beat Dallas tonight
100%,
and the Clippers?
100%.
So it's a 2-2 week.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
It's one loss.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if that gets us more wins, you're saying as opposed to losing these 2 and winning that one, I assume?
I mean, beating Dallas and beating
Denver,
the Clippers. On Sunday are going to be really critical in the
100%.
race. And the Spurs they're gone.
The Spurs game, it would be one win or
It'd
one
be a bad loss.
Sure, of course,
because you have a team below 500, and you're like, okay, they're flailing. But
I'm just saying, if you gave me a choice between, if you told me that, even if you told me, again, you're being basketball Jesus. If you said you have a choice between splitting Dallas,
it's tough to look at you.
Sorry,
right now, by the way.
hey, this is my bet.
Yeah.
If you told me you can split with Dallas and the Clippers and win against San Antonio, or you sweep Dallas and the Clippers, and no, because then you'd be 2-1 either way, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you go 0-2 against Dallas and the Clippers versus 2-0 versus Dallas and the Clippers, but if you go 2-0, you lose to
you
Fox.
take it.
100%.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At this point, we need every win. I don't care about that. I don't care about how.
Right.
I don't care about who. I care about when.
Yeah.
Kings are 1-2, incidentally, this year without Domantas Sabonis.
Even though I feel like it should be 2-2, he played 1 minute.
Yeah,
I mean, technically he played in the game, so it wouldn't be a game without him. But I don't like
that's
that.
whack.
Yeah,
as the kids say.
Yeah.
So they're 1-1
or 2-2
or 2-2.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat Utah, and I guess now beat Houston. Lost to the Detroit game.
Yeah.
They didn't have Sabonis. They lost to Atlanta without Sabonis.
7-10 all time without him playing for him.
Yeah, he's played a lot of games. He's been very reliable. Remember the year he hurt his thumb and like, is he gonna be out for weeks and missed a game?
And then just such a weird injury.
Yeah.
And it would never come out. And by the way, I'm sure that one more thing, because somebody said something that I meant to bring that up this week too. Somebody said something on the chat about this. Also, even if you're like the biggest De'Aaron Fox, like he screwed us, screw him, I'm going to boo my tail off. Here's the other thing. Isn't there a chance that'll piss him off?
Yeah, angry De'Aaron.
Yeah, we don't. There's another.
We know what that looks like.
Even if, what about saving up your booze until the end of the game? If you feel like you've got
I think they stopped serving booze in the third.
What about
quarter?
Tricking everybody and just boo Harrison Barnes?
I mean,
no one knows. No one will see it coming.
I feel like karma if we booed Harrison Barnes, though.
That's the greatest person out there.
Boo De'Aaron when he's walking off the floor thunderously. I don't even care. I just don't want. I don't want to add anything to the chances of them winning that night. You know what I'm saying? We got to do all we can. And that, by the way, you say everything I do can affect. That's actually something that might actually affect the outcome if you piss the guy off. Why is AB still talking about the Oscars, by the way? Anyways. All right. So 7-10 without him as a King, guys. Look, it's Jonas Valanciunas time. That's really what it is. And it'd be interesting to see if Scal gets minutes, if any. I'm certainly I think that's found money if he does and he does anything. That's just, I have no disrespect. I love Scal. I do. I love him as a human being. I have no expectations for Scalabisia.
No, I think this is emergency security, 10-day contract. That's about hopefully how long Sabonis will be out. And maybe Sabonis is back, and then thank you, Scal. And if he gets in, it's, I would think, either emergency or a blowout situation, but that's okay. You need more guys.
You do.
Yeah.
You've got a roster spot open. And you never, ever know. But what I do love, Dave, you're halfway to Ralphie's Apparel and a Christmas Story. You just need a beanie and gloves. Sorry, I just had to see that. Dave Bob headpants. If you're just tuning in.
For you for paying it off.
I have to. Hey, look, here's the deal, man.
And why did pants on your head come to your mind?
Because things, I'm actually
You didn't even remember you said it, huh?
No.
Because I was like,
it's
I remember you saying
it's whatever it's called.
I forgot about the breakfast part.
In the moment, I don't,
yeah,
I just stuff flies out of my face. Yeah. But this is actually kind of tame. I was so sure the Kings were going to lose Saturday. This is actually tame because I could have been like, oh, the Kings win. Oh, I'll do the show with no pants on. Could have said that. And now we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
Also, love paying it off.
Yeah.
Well, if you told me that every time the Kings, if you told me that the Kings would win every game the rest of the year, if I followed it up with buying you guys breakfast and having to wear pants on my head, you guys would have breakfast every single morning and I would have pants on my head. 100%. It's so worth it. I mean, at some point I'd probably have to do like a food drive, help out, but I got college to pay for next year, dude.
Oof.
I start watching it.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get some post-game reaction to a Kings win at Houston. The G-Man with DeMar DeRozan. Also, our phones were screwed up earlier. 1-800-920-1140. If you have that Jiffy Lube drive of the game, that's 1-800-920-1140. Dave looks like an extra from Poor Man's Braveheart. I'll take that. We'll be right back after this message from my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. They were at my house on Friday and okay, so the story I'm about to tell you is 100% factual, and it's going to sound like I made it up. So they did their safety inspection, which I've been telling you guys about is just my turn because I'm in their club. And they found a small crack in my furnace. And it was explained to me that the problem with stuff like that is it can release carbon monoxide into your house. Okay. So he then came in and was explaining this to me. By the way, he's the same guy that's in the commercials, which is kind of cool. And he explained to me that, or we went over to my thermostat where my carbon monoxide detector was, and thank God, it wasn't going off at all. But then just to be safe, he pulled it off the wall, and the batteries have been dead for a long time. So I had a possible carbon monoxide leak in my house, and my carbon monoxide detector wasn't working, so we put the batteries back in. Actually, they were fine, no detection, but they're patching it up, fixing it, and that's what I'm talking about. Like I always say, I don't want to scare you guys, but that actually kind of freaked me out. And had I not had that inspection, my goodness, $49, but if your furnace is 10 years or older, it's free, and it's $50 off your first repair, which I took advantage of. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break when we come back. Post-game reaction next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing around the start of the 20th century. You could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. They're family-owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door Service is their number one priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer-branded garage doors. They are the nation's BSE broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help, whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, or replacement you need, they'll take care of you at National Garage Door, 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. National Garage Door.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPFest.com. High Voltage live boxing action returns to the venue on March 8th as Uppercut Promotions presents Thunder Showdown 2. With 8 big fights, it's a night of great boxing action you won't want to miss. Thunder Showdown 2, coming March 8th to the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resorts. Fight card subject to change.
There's a reason why more and more people are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville. And it's not just because they're centrally located next to Hagan Oaks Golf Course. It's because they make the car buying experience different than anywhere else. Yeah, of course they can get you a great price. That's the easy part. Where their general manager, Chuck Dean, and his team really make a difference is they don't believe you should have to sacrifice great customer service to get a great deal. Stomp on in today and see for yourself. That's Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's the place where a handshake still means something.
One ticket, 2 huge shows. The Sacramento Boat Show and the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. March 6th through 9th at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at 2hugeshows.com.
Waddy here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal and every detail matters. Check out the new Napoleon Prestige and Rogue models and see the difference a Napoleon makes. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel, boasting absolute quality. Napoleon knows that the smallest details add up to make a big difference when curating your perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, so let's see here. Breakfast is on the way. Got a new
cords. Maroon cords.
That's a great band.
Yeah, maroon cords are awesome. As the pants on the head continue.
I'm going to button them.
Okay.
So
just for a tighter fit. Yeah. These are mine, not, yeah. Face first. You better watch out for that end. Now you look like a
Dune character?
Yeah, or Star Wars character, yeah.
Let's see how this looks. That is kind of Star Warsy, isn't it?
Yeah.
As Jason has
I don't like you.
He's brought in. I asked you during the break. I was like, I'm going to keep your wife's pants on my head, which is a sentence I never had myself saying.
She, by the way, texted and said, you might look better in them than her.
I mean, honestly, it's a good look. I tweeted out the picture Chris sent me. So there you go. And also, breakfast is on the way, I guess. Chris, have I ever Venmo'd you before?
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
I don't know if I have.
Yeah.
I have? Oh, here you are. It's the one with the dash in the middle, right? I know what it is. I don't want to give away. Well, I guess
for a lot.
I guess
hey, go ahead.
Yeah,
hey, if you guys want to Venmo me, that'd be great.
I guess that's yeah. There you go. All right. So pay entered amount. I entered an amount where the memo is. Sorry. Why do you have to always leave a memo too? By the way, just let me pay the stupid thing. All right, here you go and pay. What was it? And I said I would be happy if I got away with this thing with between $60 and $70. It was $60.50.
Oh, nice.
And you know what, Chris? I sent you 61.
Thanks. Can I keep the change?
Keep the change,
Whoa!
buddy. Yeah.
I ordered lunch and dinner.
Yeah, David, you look like Raggedy Andy. Happy to. G-Man visited with somebody, DeMar DeRozan. Was that what it was?
It was.
I'm going to go ahead and get to this interview, Jason Ross. And it's, by the way, I saw one of our engineers in the hall, Jason.
Uh-huh.
He does look like he got hit with a poor guy. We're having technical issues
Across the board, too. Across every station, huh?
Well, yeah. Oh, when you said across the board at first, I thought you meant, where's the it
wasn't in the game?
I didn't see it in the game, and I don't see
it. May be gone.
I don't see it in daily.
All right.
Either that or any of the post game. Chris, do we have the DeRozan G-Man interview somewhere? Did I just miss that? Because I don't see that in I don't see that in the game itself. That doesn't mean that I got it right, but unless it was hiding. Regular season.
Super easy to get to. It's only about 9 clicks away.
Yeah, I don't see it in there.
Yeah, okay. Well, I heard it.
Yeah, it was great.
It was really good.
He was thrilled to get the win.
Thrilled to get the win. G-Man asked what I thought were some incredibly pointed questions.
Yes, as always.
And DeRozan, I thought, answered them with class and dignity. Also, I don't know if you've seen on online, but they had the reading lips between DeRozan and yeah.
Who chose to do that?
It was somebody.
It was a bad lip reader.
No, it was like somebody. It was an account that always does that, like for NBA games.
Because that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. I can't repeat what was said because it's got not only does it have bad words in it, but also has words I can't say.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it.
Look, Brooks is always going to talk, and I'm glad that DeRozan wasn't going to have any of it.
No, and it's like that's Brooks's thing, and good job firing them up. I don't know at what point. I just don't know at what point. Why I understand you want somebody fiery.
Yeah,
I look there. Be honest, there have been times where I've said, God, we actually could use a guy like Dylan Brooks, just an agitator. But I don't know, at some point, does one of his teammates say, yeah, you're kind of hurting us, dude, with some of this. Like, you're firing the wrong people up.
Yeah.
And you probably don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the look you get sometimes when you see Steph or other guys in the Warriors that have played with Draymond for a long time. They obviously know Draymond's value, but sometimes like, okay, really now this is where you're choosing to lose it a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if the Rockets feel that way, but I feel like the whole Rockets kind of MO and personality is a little bit of like that. They're all kind of agitators.
Yeah,
and I think Coach Udoka is okay with that.
No, they definitely they absolutely push that issue.
Yeah, they do.
And that's fine with it. I mean, that's fine. Just didn't work for him.
Right.
Didn't work for him. And it's funny. We were talking about Angry Fox earlier. Well, maybe it's also Angry Kings.
Yeah. That's true.
When you see these guys get challenged now a couple times, they respond well.
Yeah.
And here's the fun part there. Could the Kings actually get to a point? I don't want to say they're agitators like Houston, but maybe they lean more on that side. Why not mix it up a little bit?
Yeah, and I think some of the personnel they have, like Laravia is scrappy. Valanciunas obviously isn't going to back down. I think Keon, just his natural in-game intensity can be just with the way he plays. He's not necessarily a verbal agitator, but I know I wouldn't want to be guarded by him.
No, and no, and
then Monk's going to just talk all game long.
Monk is absolutely a talker, but also like he's not like I wouldn't call him an agitator, but he's definitely a talker.
Right.
DeRozan's 100% not an agitator. I could see Jonas being an agitator. I don't feel like Keon is.
No.
Jay Crowder is.
And Keegan will never do anything.
Keegan. Did you see there was a clip out there that was something like Keegan loves the media? And it was like, you know how they do those little games?
Yeah.
Did you see that one where it was like 20 Keegan clips and they're all like, either he doesn't say anything. Every time he sees the Kings media person, he's just like, God. And then at best you get a one-word answer. He just completely ignores him. But it's so weird that these people are doing it's so funny how the public works, right? How we work. And it's obviously depending on the player. But like you could see certain players doing that and it would be like, wow, they're just trying to do their jobs. Way to like not be engaged with like, why would you do this? Are you too big for that? Blah. You could totally see it going that way. With Keegan, it's like, for lack of a better term, cute.
That's who he is.
That's just who he is.
Yeah, there was it yesterday? Yeah, I think yesterday's question, or one of them recently, was which King has the best chance of winning an Oscar or whatever. And a few people gave it to Keegan. Like, really?
For what? Playing a street pole? Like, what is he winning? I don't know. A lamppost?
Lamppost. Keegan Murray.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, that would be, we should have like a segment where it's like fake rants and just like a total fake, like something stupid to get outraged by. And that should be it. Be like, you know, you're making millions of dollars a year. You're pushing for a new contract. And what, are you too good for the media guys? They're just trying to do their job. You make more in one day than they do all year. You just walk, you ignore them. You can't answer, you know, what's your favorite color or who's going to win best picture. You can't play the game they have. Golly, is he really quiet or is he just stuck up? But with Keegan, it's like there's no chance. He just doesn't, he's just shy.
Right.
But unless he's defending you.
Yes, exactly.
He's not shy.
And he's intense.
Yeah, that's where he gets it. He gets out his aggression. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, and we will recap 3 in the key and also knock out a 3 in the key for tonight.
Wow.
Against the Mavericks. All coming up right after this.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with $0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Oh, when
Wednesday, March 5th, Sacramento is where the best wrestle as All Elite Wrestling presents Dynamite and Collision. Two of professional wrestling's biggest shows all in one night. Be there live as AEW returns to Sacramento for the first time in 2 years for the final 2 shows before AEW Revolution.
Let's get down to business.
AEW Dynamite and Collision from Sacramento Memorial Auditorium. Wednesday, March 5th. Tickets on sale now starting at $20 at AEWTIX.com.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
When you're overwhelmed with tax debt, deciding what to do next is a true win or lose decision. You can lose your car, your paycheck, even your retirement savings, or you can choose someone to help you win this battle with the IRS. Now is the time to tackle your tax debt, but you don't have to do it alone. Meet Priority Tax Relief, veteran-owned, and the expert in tax debt resolution. Our priority is fighting for you. Our team has helped clients save millions and can reduce or even erase your tax debt. Call 800-406-1584 right now to talk to our winning team. Priority Tax Relief has a direct line to the IRS. That's right, a fast track to find out if you qualify for life-changing tax relief in just minutes. Priority Tax Relief fights to protect your money, has 5-star reviews on Google, and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Why wait? Call Priority Tax Relief for your free tax consultation. Call 800-406-1584. That's 800-406-1584. Let's make your taxes our priority. Stop your tax debt now. Call 800-406-1584.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
From the 916. I put we're changing to sweatpants.
And these are Jacksons.
Hey,
these are little
J-Man.
fellas.
Look at that. This one will fit the best.
Yeah.
By the way, I was trying to fix my hair during the break.
Yeah, it's lost cause for today.
Love these. These are great. It's perfect timing. You can text us at 916. Oh, you guys, I like the fabric softener.
Oh, yeah. Fresh and clean.
916-339-1140. Still waiting to hear Carmichael Dave admit he was wrong about the game Saturday.
Oh, you haven't done that yet, have you?
He could admit he was wrong about the Kings losing, and he could admit he gave up on this team as soon as Sabonis went out. Yeah, I should probably get to that at some point.
Yeah, we'll get to that by 10, I bet.
At least pay off your bets.
Yeah, I mean, you've really been dodging all these things.
I have.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was hoping nobody'd notice.
Yeah, we hadn't.
Is line one, what is line one here? Is that just a thing or is that
just a caller?
Oh, it's just a caller. That's the backbone of the show, Chris. Jeez. Roger, good morning. You're more than just a caller to me. How are you?
Fine. I'm going to say something, and I hope that you take it to heart, Dave.
Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Let me tuck in my sweats here. This is... You can tell this is going to be a thing.
Let me say it while you're.
Yeah, go ahead. The floor is yours,
right? Well, first of all, I'm a Pacer alumni, and I'm also a Boise State University alumni. And I want to say something to you, and I hope you take it to heart.
Okay.
I personally think that you should get some help because you sound like, on the air, especially today, you sound like you're out of control in terms of maybe being an alcoholic. I mean, you really have to get it together.
No, okay, so hold on. Let me stop. I'll let you finish.
People are laughing.
Roger, hold on.
Roger,
I'll let you finish. Let's just have a conversation here. First off, I don't drink.
Okay.
Secondly, somebody said I was a recovering meth addict on Reddit. That's a true story. Nope, not that either. Thirdly, let me ask you.
You're still on it?
Yeah, well, What? Hold on. I was just going to ask you a question because there are certainly a lot of days where I am definitely up and down, and borderline. I don't disagree with you. I do need help, But what specifically today makes you think that?
Because, I mean, you're talking about pants on your head and things.
I'm paying
like
off a bet.
I mean, you're a grown man.
Roger,
so
I'm paying off a
you should
bet.
be talking.
I'm paying off a bet I
Pardon
made
me?
Friday. I said Friday, if the Kings win, I was so sure they would lose that if the Kings win, I would do the show with pants on my head. That's why I'm wearing pants on my head. I'm paying off a bet.
Okay.
If I don't pay off the bet, Roger, they could lose tonight. You know that.
But still, you got to remember you have children and they go to school and that type of thing. You know.
What does that mean? What does my children going to school have to do with pants on my head?
Your children. If you don't know what that means,
no, I know what that means, but
by their peers.
They're embarrassed with their peers because their dad's wearing pants on his head.
Of course.
Why? It's my job
to wear pants on your head.
Yes, it's part of my job. That feeds them and supports them.
I don't think it's your job. In your job description, it doesn't say that.
Well, my job description my job description doesn't say a lot of things. It's part of the show. I said something. I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow through. I'm going to pay it off. What's wrong with that?
If you don't understand that your children might be embarrassed by that.
You know what? Well, Roger, do you have kids?
You do need help.
Let me ask you this. Roger, you do have kids.
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I have grandchildren.
Okay.
I have
all right.
grandchildren.
Appreciate that. You ever lie to them?
No.
Do they trust you?
Of course.
Of course they do. Are you a man of your word?
I have integrity.
Okay. I made a bet. I said on Friday, if the Kings lose, or if the Kings win, I do the show with pants on my head. You want me to teach my children to welch on their bets? To lie?
No, just try to show. I mean, you can do anything but pants on your head. That's almost like
brother. I almost said I was going to do the show without pants. It's not that serious, Roger. And everyone's telling me to get you off the phone and don't entertain Roger. I actually am really glad you called, because this is kind of this is a microcosm of what I saw on Reddit. And I have no problems. People can call me this, that, whatever, all day long. Guys, it's not that serious. And the psycho mentality of it's like I'm a Debbie Downer of what I would call the happy clappers. Look, dude, you want to be optimistic. You want to think this team's going to win every game. God bless you. And if somebody else is on the other side, God bless them. But Roger, it would be like if the Kings, imagine this scenario, if the Kings don't make it out of the play-in this year, and I were to hold receipts and go around to every single person on Reddit, on social media, and say, aha, I was right, sucker. What kind of a psychotic ass thing would that be for me to do? Like, relax. There's nothing I'd rather do than be wrong long-term and have this team win a title or, God forbid, go round deep in the playoffs. I've been here. Kyle Draper said something the other day about how he's in the trenches. A lot of us helped dig those trenches, dude. Been around a long time through thick and thin. So I think we're getting a little out of control. And you're bitching about me wearing pants on my head and saying my kids would be ashamed of me wearing pants on my head. No, my kids would be ashamed if I didn't wear my heart on my sleeve, which is what I do. And if that's not your cup of tea, Roger, I suggest you go to Grandpa Radio, listen to something else, because that's never going to change. It's never going to change. It's never, ever going to change.
I just think it's borderline. Something's wrong there. I really do, and I hope it works out for you. I do.
You know what?
You seem like a decent human being to me. I don't know anything about Grandpa Radio. My grandchildren love me.
Hey, I'll bet they do.
They love me.
I'll bet they do.
They love me.
I'll be very real with you. This show.
And you know what? They love the Kings.
I love them too.
I take them to the Kings.
You
game.
infected them with Kings fanness, just like I did with my kids and my kid. Well, at least my son. My daughter doesn't care. Will infect their kids. But Roger,
why doesn't your daughter care?
Because we tried, because she's got my sister's gene of not caring about sports ball. We tried, we gave up. I'm not going to force her.
Okay.
But Roger, look,
All
brother,
right.
we're all in the same boat, man. It ain't that serious. We're having fun. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We'll finish like this and hopefully part as friends.
Okay.
When you deal in a job where every week, and by the way, we had a great week last week. We had a great month last month, right? Where every week, where every month you throw everything out there and you have to read mathematics basically on whether or not somebody likes you. On top of that, your entire life and career revolve around one of the worst performing franchises in sports over 40 years, almost my entire life. You're 100% right, dude. I probably have some mental issues. 100%.
I didn't say mental.
No, bro, I'm telling you.
I'm
telling you, honest to God. You want to talk about therapy?
I didn't talk about your mind.
I'm talking
about your
about it.
mind.
I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying
All right, I'm listening.
I got problems. I've had problems. I've gone to therapy. I go to therapy. I'm not ashamed of it. Okay. Is it because of this team? Probably not. Does the team help? No. But I swear to God, it will all be worth it if and when there is a parade on J Street someday. Honest to God, we all want the same thing, Roger. So I'm wearing pants on my head.
I'm pulling for you for that. I'm pulling for a parade for you because the Grant Pacers, we have parades all the time. So my mind is always on winning it all under pressure. So when I see a team like the Kings that affects somebody as much as it does you, I wish you the best because it is hard to win it all. It's very difficult.
Well, I'm glad you called, Roger, and I've still got a lot more. I got another hour of pants on my head, but I got a good breakfast coming from Black Bear Diner. Call in anytime, my
Thanks,
man. Take
Roger.
care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Before we get a break, the Thunder are hot. The Celtics are not.
Oh, and then we got to do threes in the keys. Sorry, Roger had the floor. Also, I'm going to take a break. Caller. I don't know why anybody would think I need therapy. It's a perfectly normal thing I'm doing right now, wearing pants on my head. Wearing your kid's pants on my head. What's wrong with that? When we come back, what are we doing? 9 a.m. Hey, Frankie's joining us. I also want to talk about Doug Christie and the defense that we saw on Saturday. We'll do all that right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf with 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour. Tonight, doubleheader, the Bay versus LA at 3 p.m. Eastern, New York versus Boston at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then Tuesday, it's Jupiter versus Atlanta at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tune in to TGL matches only on ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN+. Keep up. It's golf.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
I spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan. A night of all new material. Saturday, March 29th. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com.
It's March, and you're in luck because at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're slam dunking the competition with unbeatable deals on overhead doors. Hey there, Jason Ross here, and whether you're upgrading your home just like we did or need a reliable, secure garage door, they've got the perfect match for you. And March is the perfect time for a fresh start. Take your home to the next level with high-quality doors that stand strong, look amazing, and are installed by trusted professionals. The winning results we got is more than we could have asked for, and you can do the same. So visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com today and check out their showroom as well. And when you do, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and find out about the $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Your dream door, just like us, is a click away. You can call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Save Mart and McKee Brothers Plumbing and Rooter Incorporated. Find out more at CITPfest.com.
The huge President's Day sale is on at Maida Chevy, Sacramento's Silverado headquarters. Save $10,250 off MSRP after rebates on new half-ton Silverado LT after rebates with over 50 in stock. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $10,250 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
I'm George Washington, and I approved this message. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. 5 in the Southern Mustang 2011 or newer Chevrolet.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, I'm going to put
Sorry, the latest pants. These came in from Roger.
You said she made these.
She made these herself.
Well,
there you go. Those are fun pants.
Roger.
We'll have to let Frankie know what's going on with the bit.
There we go.
This is a very weird show.
It is, Frankie. He made some bold predictions, and he has to pay off his bet.
That's right, Frankie. And
are you getting in trouble on Reddit again, Dave?
This was on the show.
Man, yeah, I did say that on the show, but man, Reddit hates me. But it was fun to hang. I was hanging out on Reddit over the weekend and getting downvoted for the children. You do it for the kids.
Yeah.
I had said on Friday I thought the Kings were going to get annihilated, and I said, look, if they win, I said I'll wear pants on my head for the show, and on top of that, I'll get us breakfast. And so we're here we go. So
that is a lot of breakfast, right?
Yeah,
there.
I forget, dude. Biscuits and gravy at Blackberry Diner that's like
wow.
That's like loaves of bread and gravy. And
was it hot when it got there at least?
Yeah, actually it is.
Okay.
So there's that, and then Jason was kind enough because really he is truly the backbone of the program, always has been. He said, yeah, I'm going with this. I didn't even remember I said that because, as Roger said, I'm kind of a whack job, but I did. You brought in like 8 pair of pants.
Yeah, Frankie, I didn't do this till we started Rewind, so it was really where I wanted to hit the punchline with this. And so now he's been wearing my wife's pants on his head. He's worn mine, my son's. Yeah.
Wow.
So some fun pants every segment for him.
I actually think it looks good.
Yeah, he's paying it off.
So this is going to continue for the final 5-6 weeks
final
of the
hour.
season?
No. Real quick. No. But I said I'd do this every day if it meant the Kings won. I would 100% do that if I knew that was connected. Let me ask you a question, then we'll get to Frankie and Kings talk. I want you to be honest because you won't offend me either way. Are you going to wash these pants before everybody wears them again because they were on my head, or no?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Really? You'd wash them because they were on my head?
I don't know. They were clean.
I took a shower this morning. Frankie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Doing well. I can't lie. I did see a glimpse of the first pair of pants, so it's nice to know the backstory. And
yeah,
hey man, it's a good look. Maybe continue it as long as the winning streak goes on. I think you might.
Yes. I think the sad thing is that Frankie didn't know the backstory, saw the pair of pants, and was just like, that's Dave.
What's up with Dave?
Yeah, that's just normal.
There's a lot of times I turn your guys' show on though, and I'm just kind of thinking, well,
what's going on?
Dave's on some kind of phase here. Like let's see what's going on.
Maybe just Roger and
Frankie. Yeah, exactly. It's therapy.
He's concerned.
Frankie, peel screens. I want to talk about what we saw Saturday, and the lead into that is that we had said for a while now what the Kings lack in individual defenders. Not Keon, not Keegan, etc. If there's one guy that can affect that properly, I'm getting choked up here, excuse me, it's Doug Christie. And we hearkened back to the 0-2 year where they led the league in opposition field goal percentage, and Doug was the linchpin of that defense, and he was surrounded by guys, with all due respect, that aren't good defenders. But they played team defense. And I feel like despite Sabonis going out a minute in, maybe the most exciting thing about that game beyond the win was that we saw communication. We saw them peel screening their faces off and recovering. I thought it was one of the most exciting defensive performances we've seen from this team all year, if not the most. And I'm curious if you guys saw some of Doug Christie's handprints on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was you'd hope it was a matter of time before the team who was, so bad on the defensive end for the majority of the year would start showing some signs of improvement. And, the roster turnover kind of really, that hampers down any progress you'd seen from before that deadline period. But it's easy to point to more Keon Ellis equals more defensive success. And is it that simple? Maybe. If you play your best defensive players for, more minutes than not, you're going to see your opponents struggle more on the 3-point line, which is what happened the past couple of games. And it's a 3-game sample size, but I'm just looking at the last 3 games in particular. And again, I know it's Charlotte and Utah for 2 of those games, but you're holding opponents to 97 points per game, and you're holding them to 32% from 3. This is a team that was 29th for the majority of the year, I think 30th for a stretch too in 3-point defense. And Keon Ellis is someone who, especially now with De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio and Keegan Murray taking on the brood of opposing players, guarding the best opposing player, Keon Ellis is somebody who definitely can help shrink those 3-point numbers as far as on-ball pressure. So I definitely am seeing more, like you said, Dave, communication. The rotations look really good and crisp, but it's looked like the majority of the year, or the past 2-3 years, really, the Kings have always been 1 step or 2 steps behind on those rotations. And just having guys be, over anticipatory in a good way, though, and making the right move, and against a really good team in Houston, nonetheless, a team that was fully healthy and among the best teams in the West. And it's encouraging. You have to hope it continues. And, no Sabonis in the fold. You see Valanciunas pick up 4 steals last game. Is that an anomaly? I don't know. I don't know if it's fair to expect Valanciunas to be a 3-4 steal game per game type of player. But the fact is that the guys are in the right spots where they need to be on the defensive end and communicating, which is the most important thing.
Frankie brought up Sabonis, obviously, and now we know the next evaluation is at least a week away. And then, so if we assume he's out for these 4 games, we'll know more later. But he's a great player. He means a lot to this team, but they can be a little bit different without him. What do you think they're going to try to do in, let's just say, these next 4 games, knowing that they won't have Sabonis?
Well, I think that the fact that, Domas was kind of struggling, going through really a cold spell leading into the injury. And again, I keep pointing to the fact the Kings played Utah and Charlotte in the games prior, sure, but the way that they won those games was commanding, and it was somewhat of a cakewalk, which it should have been against those opponents. But the fact that Domas was struggling, you kind of can see what the formula is for this team to kind of get over that hump. And Valanciunas is somebody who definitely can fill in as far as a rebounding standpoint and that physicality in the paint. And I think that's why the Valanciunas move has been one of the better deadline moves in recent memory for the Kings, because Domas is someone that we've seen get hammered down there game in and game out and really didn't get a break. He have to play 40 minutes sometimes this year because the Kings really didn't have a backup center that could really even remotely match that physicality or that rebounding presence. And not a knock on Alex Len or Trey Lyles, but it's hard to do what Domantas Sabonis does as far as to demand that attention on the boards. And Valanciunas is somebody who has been around the game for a long time. He was a menace against the Kings in New Orleans last year. And you see last game, 1 game, but 15 and 14, 3 blocks. Like, that's the kind of guy that the Kings really have been wanting to plug in there in those Sabonis minutes. And, you wouldn't want to have those minutes come for a week plus. And I think you guys talked about earlier how tricky hamstrings are, and they definitely are. And we'll see. Domas is a guy who hates missing games. Like, if it was up to him, he probably played tonight. Yeah. But the way that the standings look right now, and the fact that the Kings have 23 games left, you're playing a Dallas team tonight who's missing a lot of players. Denver on the road, that usually doesn't go very well. You're playing San Antonio, who's really kind of spiraling out of control here. If you can pick off 2-3 of the next 4 or 5 games and get Domas back in a week and a half, 2 weeks, I mean, really the Kings could still be in a pretty good spot. So Valanciunas is somebody that can really plug that hole for the time being. Whereas if that deadline deal didn't happen, what do the Kings do at the backup center position right now? You're probably rolling out Alex Len or Trey Lyles. So I think it's a really good move that the Kings picked him up when they did. And now we're going to see him play a lot of minutes. And behind him, that'll be interesting. Will Trey Lyles play small ball 5? Probably. I know that Scal's back in the fold here. I think more for depth purposes, but Isaac Jones, someone who maybe gets a little more run. I know he's on a 2-way deal and they're trying to kind of limit his games. There is a limit on 2-way contracts. I think it's 40 to 41 games. But definitely I'm looking at the Valanciunas move right now as a move that came at a really good time for the Kings, all things being taken into account.
Frankie Caroselli joining us when it comes to Jonas, and we were so happy with that pickup, and it seemed like a very obvious move, couple second round picks, whatever it may be, before when we were all talking about it. He's here. Credit to the front office. Also, am I being a little bit too sensitive? Well, I said this earlier, Frankie, and I want your thoughts. I also don't. I just want to be careful we don't put Valanciunas on a pedestal too high. I'm not saying he can't do this every game. I'm saying odds are he won't do this every game, and I just don't want to be unfair to the guy if he comes out tonight with 10 and 8 and have it seem like that's a negative or that he didn't show up or whatever. I think when you do that along with all the steals he had, the block, like that's an insane game for Jonas Valanciunas. I just want to make sure we remember that Trey Lyles and perhaps Scalabiciere, maybe even Keegan Murray in spots, they're going to have to be really big too while Sabonis is out. It can't just be JV.
Oh yeah, and you can't expect 15 and 14, 3 steals or 4 steals, 3 blocks. Like that's not the kind of player that he is. Like you said, 10 and 8 on, he's at 60% for the year on field goal attempts right now. If he can shoot, 6 of 8, 6 of 9 from the field, 10, 12 points, 7, 8 rebounds over 28, 30 minutes, that's a really good night for Jonas Valanciunas. That's kind of where he's at for his career. Like you said, the guys around him are really the ones that are going to step up more. And DeMar DeRozan, who's had some streaky moments and really has been big more times than not for sure. Zach LaVine getting more comfortable, and Keegan Murray, like you just mentioned, just pulled up here. If it seems like Keegan's been playing better, which has been really important that he does play better for the Kings in the second half, he has since January 1st, which is pretty good sample size now. 24 games, 13.1 points per game, 6.5 boards, a steal per game, but the 48% from the field and 39% from 3. That is the most important thing for someone who wasn't having those shots fall. And Keegan right now, you're seeing him step into threes with confidence now. He's not shying away from even going back into an attempt after, missing the time prior. You kind of saw him get in his head earlier in the year. And, I don't think it's a matter of De'Aaron Fox being a part of the fold and taking field goal attempts away. You have Zach LaVine in there now. I think it's just a matter of, his fit in the offense and his confidence level and continuing to kind of push through those struggles. Because I think G-Man said it last week, and something I kind of had to remind myself too, he's a third-year player, which it maybe feels like he's been around longer, or I know he's 24, 20, I think he's about to be 25 years old. So he's a little further along than some players in that age group, but it's kind of something I have to remind myself that he's still not super experienced at the NBA level yet. And I think we say a lot of the times that it takes 3 years to grade a prospect. And, Keegan has not been quite the player we saw from the 3-point line as he was as a rookie, but we talk about all the time that, his rookie year, he was just kind of a spot up shooter or coming off dribble handoffs, not putting the ball on the floor that much, not looking for his own offense as much. He's trying to kind of be one of those, like Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan players, like looking for their own shot, creating off the dribble. And, the dribble is something he still has to work on going into the offseason, but the confidence is getting better and the shots are falling, which is important for the Kings. And, just kind of looking back at the last couple of games here, they're also shooting 43% from field the past 3 games during this 3-game winning streak. So Keegan's been a good part of that. And, if he can continue to play well, it takes pressure off Valanciunas. And especially if you look at guys, like I mentioned, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine continue to get comfortable, Keon Ellis continuing to knock down the 3 ball. The Kings rely on the 3 ball so heavily. If they can knock down threes, you don't have to worry about the production of a center spot as much.
Frankie, in our final minute here, Keegan and Keon probably tonight on Kyrie Irving, would you guess?
I guess so, yeah. I saw Deuce just put out a clip of him when they talked to Keon in the offseason saying that Kyrie's his favorite player to play against and to guard. So I'm looking at Keon to definitely go at Kyrie Irving for a Mavericks team who, they're missing a lot of guys tonight. Their AD's out tonight, PJ Washington, kind of down the line. They're missing some big pieces. So it starts with Kyrie, and we know that Kyrie is someone who can definitely make a difference. Scored 40 against the Kings a couple weeks ago and almost won that game for them pretty much single-handedly in Dallas. And big game for the Kings in the standings, really is. Every game kind of from here on out has higher stakes than the one before. It's kind of a crazy time of year, but it'll be fun to see Keon Ellis get more run. And like we talked about, putting your better defensive players on the floor usually bodes well for the Kings, and they definitely can use a lot more Keon, especially tonight.
I want to remind everybody you can read and see Frankie at sacktownsports.com. Also, download that Sacktown Sports app. And Frankie, go ahead and give us your social media handle, if you will.
Hard name to spell, but F Cartoselli, Cartoscelli. If you just type in Frankie on Twitter, it'll come up. If you type in Frankie C, it'll probably come up. It's a hard last name, but or go to the Sacktown Sports, sacktownsports.com. At the bottom of each article, it'll say mine or Brendan Nunez. Each of our names have our Twitter handle next to them too, so that'll be pretty easy to find.
You obviously can also go to the Sacktown Sports YouTube page. We're also on Instagram, X, and Facebook. So, quick question, because we got a break here. Chris, how many points is that? Because it's promote our socials week. So I promoted the website and to download the app, and I had Frankie plug his social media, and I plugged our YouTube, our Instagram, our X, and our Facebook.
That's good work.
And I feel like it flowed. It wasn't repetitive.
I think that's something you should ask the judge.
You're a management. You're a suit, dude.
This isn't my competition.
It's our competition.
I'm in this room.
Yeah.
I am producer of the Carmichael Dave Show.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, can you step out of the room?
Yeah, what if you actually came in here? Okay. Frankie, I feel like that's like 10 points right there.
I think so. I'm not the judge either, but I think that's a good amount of points for you guys for sure.
10-0 run.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you,
Wow.
Frankie. Good stuff. Please give hello to little Frankito, as somebody said in the chat.
Baby Rizzler.
Baby Rizzler. Yeah,
Yep.
give our love
Wow.
to the junior, and we'll talk to you soon, friend.
Yeah, I'll make sure he's not wearing pants on his head anytime soon. But whenever he does, I'll give you a call.
Everybody's doing it.
Raise him right, like me, according to Roger. Thank you, buddy. Be good.
Bye, guys.
See you.
We
Bye.
bring the boom.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Biscuits and gravy. So good.
Yeah.
A lot of biscuit.
Yeah.
A lot of
gravy.
We will take a break. Quick one here. When we come back, let's go through the weekend, because it was a good weekend overall, Jason Ross. We'll talk about that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I don't
That's
like
very
the
well
way
done,
it
Chris.
tastes with my chicken wings.
The international hit.
Taste the biscuit.
Taste the biscuit.
Taste the goodness of
Which
the
I'm thinking
biscuit.
that might be my catchphrase.
Taste the butter spread.
Taste the biscuit.
Hey, baby.
Question for you.
You taste that biscuit. What?
Have you ever worn elephant pants?
I didn't know elephants wore pants.
How about elephant pants on your head?
Oh, actual pants with actual elephants. These almost look like they have the
because I'm worried about you, Dave.
They They have the feel. Oh, these are pajama pants. They almost feel like what are those pants that like nurses and doctors wear?
Oh,
scrubs.
Scrubs.
Which, by the way, I don't want.
You don't want no scrubs.
Again, I want to compliment you.
You look like a chef.
I want to compliment you guys on your.
Wait till you see this.
Your
look
choice
like.
of fabric soft.
Yeah. Does it smell good?
Is it Downy?
Yeah.
It's 100% Downy, except no substitute. Wow, because it's kind of I look like the Handmaid's Tale, but with brighter colors.
Right.
Yeah, look at that. If you're just joining us, by the way,
good point, Chris.
To pay off a bet, what did Chris say?
Said hand woman's tale.
That's a good point right there. If you're just joining us, I said that I'd wear pants on my head if the Kings beat the Rockets Saturday,
and boy did they.
So guess what? Pants on the head. Pants
And
on the
Jason
head.
remembered.
I did remember.
Living like a fool. With
Chris was supposed to bring in pants too. He forgot.
I'm glad he didn't.
Why?
You really want to?
You would have gotten my. I had my Tigers and Tukes pants all ready for you.
Tigers and what?
Toucans.
Oh, yeah, I know those pants.
Let me just say, I've known Chris a long time, and I feel like if Chris's pants had a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty, it would have expired by now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'd have gotten the same bouquet from Chris's pants. Hey, I don't think he'd want to wear my pants either. I'm just saying. I know what Chris is capable of. Let's just put it that way. I've known Chris a long. I knew Chris before the makeover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elephant pants need to be worn with the legs in front and back of your head.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
like
that. Oh, that's a great point.
Well, then, can you see?
No, but
you got a trunk and a tail.
But I can do, but I can do, like, I'll put my trunk.
Put an apple on there.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
You know what is Roger talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I am completely
Totally stable.
100% stable.
I just got a note from Chapman University.
Yeah, they have rejected my daughter.
Rescinded.
Sorry, baby girl. Odyssey Fryer. I see we're getting the Reddit section here, which I welcome. The pants are distracting from how bad Dave's take was Friday. He said the Kings were going to get annihilated. He just doesn't know this team. Well, first off, I don't think the pants are distracting from it. I think they're actually underlining it. And secondly, as we'll move on here, I love this game, and I want to say it again because
we get picks wrong, by the way.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, and here's where that's just the coward's way. This is my whole problem with Reddit. I don't mind being dragged after a wrong take, but where were you after? Literally, that's the first time I've called a game wrong. Remember, we were having that conversation 2 weeks ago. I probably called 50 games. It's the first one I've called. Where are you guys then? That's the only thing is where's the noise then? And if it turns out that I'm right about this team long term, and I hope I'm not, I'll bet you don't roll into the chat with an apology.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
Will they wear pants in their head?
I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I don't think there will be Reddit threads saying, you know what, Dave was right. You know what? Honestly, he wants what's best for this team too. And he didn't want to feed. It used to be that the doomers were the psychotic ones. Like, and if you thought anything else, you were a shill. And now it's almost like there's that pack of crazies that are like, if you even criticize this team, or God forbid, you think after 1 minute on the road and your best player is out of the game that they're going to lose, that you're not a fan of, like, literally, I was called like not a fan of the team. Like, do you even like this team? Blah, blah, blah. All I ask is give me the same energy on the other end. And I know you won't do it. And that's how it's cowardly.
Yeah.
Just give it energy.
Yeah.
Just give me the same energy. That's all. Please.
Well, I mean, I think the obvious thing for all of it, like, I'm a fan of this. I want them to go 82-0.
100%. So do
well,
I.
Actually,
That's
and
just
then the finals and the preseason, they could lose a preseason game.
Let's see.
I'll give that a
faux.
Yeah.
And then
16. So
98-0.
98-0. We both are on the same page.
Personally, I would like the Kings to go 80-2, but the 2 losses be against an Eastern Conference team that they face in the finals.
He does. That's
just
always
to make
Chris's,
it spicy.
That's Chris's dream season, and then they sweep them, right, in the championship.
Yes.
Yeah. That's Chris's dream year. 80-2. Lose twice to the Celtics, let's say, and then meet the Celtics and sweep them.
And sweep them. And that way, because you have to have.
Then Dave would come in and say, "Actually, that season was kind of boring."
You have to have some bad to catch up with the good, right?
Yeah.
So those 2 losses to Boston. Yeah. So yeah, and we'll talk about this game now because it was a great game. I thought because they had beaten the Rockets twice in 2 hotly contested games at Golden One Center, the team got beat. I'm talking about the Kings got beat by the Pelicans. Okay. Their 2 wins, they got annihilated by the Warriors on their home floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2 teams they beat were Charlotte and Utah. Right. And again, as we said after those wins, hey, any win's a good win,
right?
But let's hold off. Now you're going into Houston. They got Van Vliet back. They're going to be hungry. You're not going to surprise them. They're going to want blood. And then we lose Sabonis.
But you did that before Sabonis. You didn't even know that. So had that even been added, I'm like, yeah, they're probably not going to win.
Yeah. So I don't know why that's controversial. That's a take that I don't like hearing.
Right.
I wouldn't want to hear that. I want to hear about my team. I get it. It's a controversial take. But
when they played the Warriors, you didn't predict that they'd lose by a bunch, but they did. Like
they did.
If you did, you did, and that happened.
It's a weird, we've been around a long time with this, and I don't know if it's just something that bleeds into real life and how we're really we're so one side or the other.
Yeah.
We're so binary right now in so many things in the world.
Yeah.
It's like dudesicle.
Is it akin to the what were you saying on Friday? It's like, I can say this about my family, but the second you do, it's like, no, not cool.
I think it is.
Even though we're all kind of the same team.
But that was the point, is that, yes, if I don't care who it is, like everybody on Reddit that hates me, for example, but if some Laker fan comes in to start screwing with them, I'd be the first guy to stand up like 100%. Let's go to war.
Right.
But we are all in the same family. And whether I'm not going to make fun of someone for being a Debbie upper, happy clapping, everything's great in the world. I'm just happy to be here. Like the late great Positive Dave.
Oh yeah, never give up, never give in. Whenever the Kings
sign lady,
yeah,
you'll never hear. Imagine being like, sign lady. Yeah, okay. Well, look what happened, sign lady. Yeah, they didn't win all those. She's just a beacon of positivity,
right?
But there are yins and yangs, and I don't think that as long as you are, as long as one has integrity in what they're, in other words, you predict something. Okay, here's your reasoning, and I can see that. I'm never going to get sensitive, but it just seems like we got, especially with everything we've been through. And generally, I think it's the under 25 crowd, the newer fans that don't have the leather skin, that are like, how dare you pick against the team? It's like, brother, you got a lot worse stuff to worry about.
Yes.
And by the way, if you pick against this team, there's pretty good odds over the years you're going to come out ahead. That being said, I don't care. You see something good, you say it. You see something, you say it.
Yeah.
Good or bad, and you deal with the difference, and that's fine. So I'll keep wearing pants on my head. Proudly wear pants on my head for the next couple segments, as we will take a break. When we come back, what to watch. We'll get celebrity birthdays and Alan Style.
Still got some 3 in the key to get to.
3 in the key recap, 3 in the key preview. We'll do all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. It's cold, and American Energy wants you to stay warm and make sure your system's operating safely. Here's the deal. A $49 tune-up inspection, which is regularly $119. That's a full safety and duct inspection. But guess what? If your system's over 10 years old, the tune-up is on them. That's right. It's free. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. And if you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Oh, by the way, breaking news, they're hiring right now. Here's the deal. They'll train you, full benefits, generous incentive-based pay. Just call today for more details at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Not only great deals from American Energy, but possibly a new career for you. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-235-5588. That's 800-235-5588. 800-235-5588.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jackson Hewitt wants you to save money on tax prep. We're saving money by having our intern rap in this commercial.
Don't stress, Jackson Hewitt's got expert tax prep, $149 or less. Yo, some tax guys lie about price. They got hidden fees, that ain't nice. Ain't nice. Don't ignore MC Kevin's rhyme, because this deal's for a limited time. $149.
For tax prep that's $149 or less, hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
No cap.
Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit KHTK.com.
1 ticket, 2 huge shows. The Sacramento Boat Show plus the Big RV Show. Multiple dealers discounting all the best brands. Hundreds of wakeboard boats, fishing boats, and pontoon boats. Acres and acres of travel trailers, fifth wheel, toy hauler, and motorhome. Plus ATVs too. 2 shows, 1 massive event. The Sacramento Boat Show, plus the Big RV Show, March 6th through 9th at Sacramento's Cal Expo. Find discounts at 2hugeshows.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know? It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Everybody's looking at my tight pants. I got my tight pants. I got my tight pants on.
Speaking of, a couple more segments, a couple more pants. Dave's wearing pants. These are parachute pants.
These are ski pants.
These are going to be heavy
and very wrinkly.
Well, I mean, can you
They're
really,
at the bottom of the drawer.
Yeah, I mean, can you really iron
No
ski pants?
I'll let you put your pants on first.
Hey, put your pants on one leg at a time. Only difference is I make gold-plated records. No, that won't work.
Got to put a leg on.
Yeah, one leg at a time.
One leg at a time. One leg at a time. Oh my God!
Oh, you need to drawstring it.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, that's a sloppy look.
I got my loose pants on.
I'm worried about you.
Hey,
Speaking of that, Roger, give me a call.
I want to be your man,
Roger.
What were you gonna say, Christopher?
Roger gave me a call during that break.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said, "You know what? I have to give it to Dave. My kids called me and said he is a great promoter and Dave is a good guy because even though you're going after him, he let you get everything that you wanted off your chest and say everything that you needed."
You see, good for Roger.
He also said
And his kids.
that he runs a cheesecake place and that you need to call him and get a cheesecake from him.
I'll do him one better. I will. Did he leave his info?
He left me the website.
Okay, I will go on the website and I will buy. Thank you, Roger. I will buy 3 cheesecakes, one for each of us, on one condition, and that is you don't share with anybody downstairs. And I think that is, Jason, and that is my favorite thing when
we came together.
When we come together, and when there's conflict, I have found more often than not the pox that is the interweb. Is it going to solve world hunger? Is it going to create world peace? No, but you know what? If every day we can come together as humans and have conflict and question and hear each other out. There was a great philosopher once that said, we all talk a different language, talking in defense. Say it loud, say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear, because it's too late when we die to admit that we don't see eye to eye. And I believe that was Aristotle. Might have been Plato, not Dana, R.I.P. It's words to think about with pants on my head. Yeah, give me that info, please. Thank you, Roger. And thank you, Roger's kids.
Yes.
Yeah, good kids.
Yeah.
And grandkids.
Yeah. Even though you try to send them to Grandpa Radio. What is that?
I don't even know. I don't know why they say that.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Kings and Mavericks tonight. Right here on... Russell says light the cheesecake. Fine with that. You just post a cheesecake after every win.
Oh, man, if they can make like a slightly purple cheesecake, how do you not just like...
Right. By the way, what kind of call is that from a cheesecake store owner?
By the way.
If I owned a cheesecake store, I'd be in a great mood all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a troublesome string.
This is the most troublesome pants I've had on. But you know what? We're going to make it through, Jason.
Yeah.
A bet is a bet is a bet. So we got your coverage all here tonight, right here on the Sacktown Sports. Let's check that line. That was Kings 2.5. It is still Kings 2.5 tonight. That is a 5:30 tip right here on Sacktown Sports. And by the way, I want to remind you, you can download the Sacktown Sports app. You can, of course, you can subscribe and like on the YouTube page and listen to us on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Yes.
Gotta find out if that's 3. Chris, you keep track of these?
He's in that room. He's not.
Yes.
Are you?
Sounded very questionable.
We had the one with Frankie and this one.
So it's 2 points.
Yeah, but there was a lot in there.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Warriors and Hornets.
Go Hornets.
Yes, Hornets.
Yeah.
100%. Blazers at Sixers.
Okay.
Are we at a go Sixers point yet? Blazers aren't that far back. Well, okay, let's take a...
Kings are closer to 6th than they are to 11th.
Well, yeah, Kings are, Jason, Kings are half game out of 6.
Are they closer to 5th than they are 11th?
They're 5.5 back of the Rockettes.
I think 4 up on Phoenix.
Yeah. The Blazers are 5 games back of the Kings.
We're the Spurs.
We traded. This isn't Spurs radio, Chris. We traded him. Get over it. Didn't he have the game winner the other night, though?
He did.
Yeah, okay. Hawks at Grizzlies. Go Atlanta.
Sure.
Not really. Who cares? And the Rockets at the Thunder. Ooh, definitely go Thunder, right?
Yeah, there's not as much in play tonight as really about the Kings. The Kings have to win tonight. That's the one.
Hey, a bunch of people in the chat want to know if they can get the Cheesecake place info. I feel like that's okay.
To the Bay and Back Cheesecake.com.
Okay, hold on. Is that T-O?
Yes.
To the Bay and Back Cheesecake.com.
Correct.
Okay, first off, just being honest here because we're all friends. Not really a huge fan of the name. We're not in the Bay. We're in Sacramento.
They went to the Bay and now they're back.
And now they came. Oh, so they went to the Bay and they came back because they realized we're the best.
Ooh, those look good.
Those do look good. That's a cheesecake. And hey, that's a cheesecake. And right over there is a cheesecake. I am there. Look at that. Hey, I think that's Cedric right there.
Who's Cedric?
Looks like or not Cedric. I say Cedric.
Roger.
No, I was reading. I was reading something that said Cedric on it. I do that all the freaking time. Yeah, I'm in. It's where does it say location? It's here's the phone number.
I believe he delivers.
Oh, really? Well, it shows because it shows this area in Fair Oaks that kind of covers a lot of area. Because I would if he delivers. Oh God, oh no. Well, how are we going to get? I don't want him coming to my house. Telling my kids how embarrassed they should be.
Where else could you pick up a cheesecake from?
Oh, right here.
Hey,
good job, Chris. That was like a discovery.
It's just
right here. Bling. Yes, you do that.
Yeah.
Care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger. I didn't see an order form. I would have done it right here. So we need to know how we can order because all I see is home and about and sponsors and all that stuff. So if you tell us how to order, Roger, we'll order. We'll order 3.
There you go.
We'll order 3. All right. So we got a lot of work cut out for us tonight, kids.
Yeah. Can we do 3 in the key really fast?
Let's do 3 in the key right now, please. Sorry, I got distracted by Cheesecake. I should have done that right out of the
All right,
gate.
here's the recap from last game. We asked for, this was your category, Dave. You asked for points, rebounds, assists total from Amin Thompson. You predicted 40. I said 31. Chris said 33. He had 20.
Yeah, good job. Have a great night.
Then Chris's category.
Jason won that one.
I had the lowest one.
Did he?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you had
did?
the lowest
31.
one. Yeah, he's back there celebrating.
All right, then this one, Chris's category, Sabonis points, rebounds, assists.
And I know I got this one.
Dave said 40. I said 43. Chris said 46. He had 1.
Good job, Jason.
That's you.
Oh, that was me? Oh, I said 40?
Yes.
Hey, also, quick note.
Yeah.
I'm so hot right now.
Last pair of pants.
Yeah. Oh, my God. These ski pants are warm.
Hot.
Yeah.
Then, Dave, your random stat was Kings would get mollywopped.
I did. I did say that. I did say that.
I said Laravia would have 10 points or more. He had 5. Chris said Dave would, what is this again? Tweet the game is over early and get a lot of Rockets fans in his mentions.
I did tweet the game was over early and got a lot of Kings fans in my mentions.
So Chris,
I do give him that.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Kings.
All right. So
go ahead.
Ready for tonight?
Yeah. Kings Dallas tonight. John Tash, thank you very much. Let's go.
All right, tonight, guys, Dave, let's start out with the first and last Kings points. Who will have the first and the last Kings points?
Give me the first points tomorrow, DeRozan. And the last Kings points, give me, give me a DDR 2-step. DeMar DeRozan with both.
Okay, I have Levine and DeRozan. Chris?
I've got Keegan and DeRozan.
Oh, I hope you're right.
I'll have DeRozan last. Okay, next up, largest lead Dallas, largest lead Sacramento.
Dallas 8, Sacramento 14.
I'm at 7 and 13.
Dallas 6, Kings 15.
Wow.
All right, then random stats. Something you're predicting for tonight.
Give me another Jonas Valanciunas double-double.
Wow.
Yeah.
We are on the same page. I have, but a little twist, Valanciunas and Murray double-doubles.
Dang it. He took both of mine. I will go with DeMar DeRozan, 25 or more points tonight.
Okay. We got it.
All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, Alan Styles.
Yeah.
And the last pair of pants I'll wear on my head all day.
Yep. Well,
till I get home. We'll do that next.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Let me tell you about my friend Jonathan Gonzalez and his law team right here in downtown Sacramento. He's local, he can be reached, and he encourages you to call him and check in. Why might you need him? Well, you don't know when you're going to need representation. That is the whole thing. Maybe you've got something that's gone on with your past that's still following you that you'd like to shake free, give you some rights back. Well, he does expungements, actually, is an expert in that area. Maybe it's a wrongful termination case. Maybe it is a auto accident. There's lots of different things that can happen and go on in your world. That is why you might need representation, and Jonathan Gonzalez is so good at that and has helped many, many people in our area for years. So his case preparation, overall approach has resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients. So you could do the same. Check him out at 916-304-9187 or go to saclegaldefense.com.
They say that variety is the spice of life, and it's that spicy little variety that's key to keeping your workout routine from feeling routine. At In Shape Fitness, we have everything you need to mix up your workouts, from studio classes to our turf and functional areas, with more than enough ways to keep things interesting. So drop the kids off at In Shape's Kids Zone, grab a workout buddy, and hit the floor, hop on a bike, or lift the weights. Just not all at the same time. We are in shape. You are ready. Join online today at InShape.com.
Danzig live. With special guests Down, Aboth, and Cro-Mags. Saturday, March 22nd, 6 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Danzig.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring is here, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings, plus get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-2013. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey.
Here you go, Dave. Last pair.
Oh, look at
these are fun pants.
Darn.
Again, here you go. Putting my wife's pants on your head.
I like your. I like the first and second pair of your wife's pants. The reason why I like wearing your wife's pants on my head the most is, although wearing your kids' pants on my head was also great.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not making a fat joke, by the way. There's a smaller of waist.
Yes.
Therefore,
it fits better. There you go.
What I walk into here?
He's
a radio show with
a bit.
Apparently somebody who needs counseling, according to Roger.
Roger
called earlier. Okay, could you turn that up a little bit now, because I can't hear through the pants. I can't hear through your wife's pants. Keep going, and that'll work. Thank you. I said on Alan, you want to know what it takes to make it in this business in this town?
Okay.
So just saying, 25 years right here, baby.
Yeah.
Wearing pants on my head. I said on Friday I thought the Kings were going to get beaten so bad against the Rockets that if Kings won, I would do the show with pants on my head, and that I would also buy breakfast for the crew.
Yeah, I was wondering. There's a lot of...
And once again, Dave, thank you very much.
Hey,
yes.
I mean,
biscuits.
What you should be thanking me is for shooting off my stupid mouth. That's really what...
Thank you, mouth.
Yeah, thank you. My mouth is... The amount of times my mouth has benefited the way... Okay.
Good catch.
Yeah.
And my first rodeo, pal. I'm not going to do anything to embarrass myself.
Well,
how are you?
Well, I'm glad you're, committed to what you're committed to, because I've been telling everyone Alan's epiphany, which happened last week after our conversation with Sean Cunningham. I've been optimistic, Alan. I had the Kings going 3-1 on this road trip. We had a fully loaded round table, and we heard 1 and 3s, no 0 and 4s, but we heard 2 and 2s and 1 and 3s. So, Dave, you're wearing pants on your head today. If the Kings win tonight and secure at worst a 3-1, yeah, my victory lap tomorrow is going to be pretty aggressive. What
did you you said what?
3-1.
I said they go 3-1 on the road trip, because honestly,
you get 2 of them.
You got to get one, and honestly, to me,
this is the bigger one tonight.
Yes, you don't get this one, then I don't feel as good.
Yeah, but also just for the standings too. Right?
Yeah, and PJ, they have a lot of players out. I know Sabonis is out, and Kyrie's been just on a heater. But for me, the Rockets, whenever there's always that one game where you get everyone back, and that's supposed to be the party, right? Especially if it's at home, and there's just too many moving parts. And the Rockets, I know Ime Udoka is a great coach, but they don't know what they want to do with their rotations. Jabari Smith Jr. off the bench. Yep. You're trying to respect Dylan Brooks, so he starts, and then you have Amen Thompson, who can't, they can't really shoot the three. I have not seen Fred VanVleet make a three since Toronto, actually. So
well, he did make one that night.
He did at the very end. So
hey, by the way, real quick, anybody see this clip from the fight, the Roach Tank Davis fight?
The kneel down,
bro. How do you kneel down in the 9th round? They didn't. So Jason, it was a draw. Dude kneels down in the 9th because apparently his hair, something got in his eye.
Actually, the hairdresser came out and said, I did his hair last week and I used no grease.
Okay, but his excuse was,
I got
grease in my eye from my hair. He takes a knee. They don't call it a knockdown.
And that's the only
draw.
Well, that's the only time you got grease in your eye, one time.
That is so, that is one of those situations. I know everyone says, look, they should go back and review the thing and that never, this is one of those times where it's so egregious. Mm-hmm. They should go back and award the fight post haste to dude. Mm-hmm. That's just that's why boxing is just, Chris, boxing sucks because of that. Just so you know. Anyways, back to you. Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah. You're the new MC for the Sacramento River Cats.
That's right.
That means you're one step away from the major leagues.
I know.
I'll bet you can do some ace filling stuff this year. Just watch. It'll happen.
Well, I was selling myself, the whole time.
Hit doctor?
I told them.
Yeah.
Good.
I told them, but yeah, no, really excited. Lee, the MC, has been there for a couple years now, and I will be helping him out. So some weekends it'll be him, or some days it'll be him, some days it'll be me. So yeah, once I get my schedule, if anybody wants to kind of time it out and come to a game while I'm MCing, you know where to find me. Hit me up.
I'm coming to a River Cats game this summer.
You want to throw out the first pitch?
I'll go. Didn't we do that before? When did we do?
You did. The other
Jason, you want to throw out the first?
No.
The other version of the morning show. I was there that day.
Yeah.
I'd like to throw out a first pitch.
Yeah.
Chris, you want to throw out the first pitch? I don't even know if I have the power to do this.
Yeah, well, the three of us. Well, that's what it was last time. It was me, Keith, and Nate.
And Corey.
That threw out the first pitch.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
I've dropped a puck. I've thrown out a pitch. Basketball
With the Sacramento Heat?
No, the Stockton Thunder.
Stockton Heat.
You kicked a field goal at Davis.
Yes, I did kick a field goal, and that's how we'll word it.
You did kick it.
I kicked 2 field goals.
You did
technically at Davis in front of my dad.
I was in the building too, and just if anybody wants an update on how everything looks right now, the field is set. The field is good to go. They're still working on the new jumbotron, and there's the biggest drill you've ever seen in your life. That they're still trying to.
I've seen a lot of movies.
Get that going,
right?
And they're finishing up in right field the new bullpen. Yeah, will now have a bathroom and things like that. So they're close, but they're gonna have to boogie on that jumbotron.
A couple weeks away.
The jumbotron, they're gonna have to boogie on.
Speaking of boogieing, let's boogie on down to Celebrity Birthdays, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies, yum yum, so good, so great. Crumble Chris, love you. Get yourself some crumble today. Wow, they're playing you off.
Happy birthday to Modern Family's Julie Bowen.
Happy Gilmore's Julie
Happy
Bowen.
Gilmore's Julie.
Yeah.
Horrible Bosses.
Yes.
Julie?
Victoria Bennett is 54.
56.
57.
We have a tie between Alan and Dave, 55. Happy birthday, Jason Tatum.
I should know this.
Jason's 28. It's one of 2.
Yeah, they keep on talking about. I think he's 27.
28.
We have a correct answer. It's Alan Stiles, 27. Jessica Biel.
Oh, hello.
Jessica Biel was 52.
No.
What?
What? She's not?
46?
45.
Oh, sorry. I was way off.
Chris is close as 43.
Told you.
Happy birthday, Cam Johnson.
Future King.
Cam Johnson, 30.
I think Dave's right. But I'm gonna say 30.
31.
Ty's 29.
I was gonna say.
Happy birthday, Herschel Walker.
Now here's a
Herschel Walker.
There's a what?
Herschel Walker's 64.
Herschel.
Old Herschel.
67. Let's get him out of here.
65.
Dave's close to 63.
Boom. Off as a winner. All right. For Carmichael Pants Michael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, Alan Stiles coming up next, and
Biscuits and Gravy.
Biscuits and Gravy for Kyle Ledbetter. We'll see you tomorrow. Light the beam tonight, guys. Bye-bye now.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sac